Hey up, ghosties. Hi, everybody. Hi, Ash. You always manage to send right as I start speaking. Hello. Angsty, thank you so much for the first and the Spotify reminder. I did it as soon as you sent it. Thank you. Death, hello, kiddo. What is up? How you doing? Froglord, hello. Hello, cats. How are you? Tech Deck, good morning, gamers. It is not morning whatsoever, but it is for you. Zoro, hello. How are you doing? Tyrio, do not worry about your lurkin'. I hope you enjoy your lurk. Addison, hello. Glad the chat's working for you. Good to see you. Crump, hello, mate. How you doing? Hope we're vibing. Wicked, hello. Dad's voice always gives you the happy stims. Oh, I wanted to sleep just now. I'm sorry, little Ace. You can head to bed, mate. Or you can always head to bed on stream if that's something that you like doing. That is always a vibe. Also, Angsty, I saw your highlight. You made 2 new friends at your school today after being nonverbal for the whole year. That's so good. Congratulations. That's so huge. That's a huge win. It's really hard to do that kind of shit, especially like being nonverbal is a really difficult thing to be. And you know what? I've been there. I get you. I totally understand. But you know what? You're getting through it. And you made friends. I just wait until you start talking because I'm almost always playing games, and then I join mid playing a game. That's so valid. What game are you playing today, Ash? I'm very curious. I feel like now I'm invested. This is a storyline I have to follow. Also, y'all are lucky I'm here. I was gonna stream tonight and I got distracted. Hello everybody, my name is Almost Xander and welcome home. How are we? I hope we are vibing today, chatters. I shouldn't want to cry hearing that. Oh no, don't cry. It is okay, mate. I totally get you. It's a difficult thing to do, and you should be proud of yourself. Especially like going through being nonverbal and then being able to make those friends. Like there are people who are 100% verbal and still cannot make any friends because making friends is really hard to do. So making that leap from not only like being nonverbal to now having new friends to talk to is such a cool thing. Like that is a huge win for you. So I'm very proud of you. Good job. Good work. I'm trying to make new friends myself just because it's something I like making, but also I've realized I don't think I should, like, I want more friends just because I like having people to talk to, but also I don't keep up with my friends already. Like, I'm already bad at keeping up with my friends. Happy days when dad streams. Aw, happy days when you guys are here. They make me happy. Trying to get better at Minecraft parkour. That's so based. I'm so proud of you. Go off. Making friends is hard. I'm proud. So true. I think I'm making friends with someone on TikTok. How did D&D go, Xander? Depends on which day you're talking about. The most recent one went really well. It was a really good time. I have very much enjoyed the D&D so far. Tess is a fantastic DM. My friends are super fun to play with. It is such a vibe.
My balls are fat. My balls are fat.
It's canoe time!
Despite his criminal mind,
Fuck yes.
this man is behaving well.
Yes, I am.
His reward is the canoe.
Hell yes.
This time he can sit in the canoe for up to an hour.
And you bet your tits I'm going to. Guys, we're not alone today, though. I want to do some art. I'm working on the art that I've been working on for, because I'm trying to make fan art, as well as eventually I'm gonna have to make some original art to submit for the... Hello! Canoe time! Yes! Thank you. I'm trying to work on art to be able to sell at anime conventions, and be able to sell at, like, art booths. So we're currently still working on the Blades of Chaos, and this might be the last, stream I'm working on this one, because I'm nearly done. I'm planning on doing it on like a little keychain, like, so it'll be like a 2-inch like charm, and then you can put a chain at the end of it and it'll hang. So I'm doing the Blades of Chaos from God of War, and I've decided I needed to like personalize it a little bit instead of just the blade. So I've decided to draw vines on it. So this is what it looks like so far. This is like the actual like drawing, just like zoomed in. So like if I draw on it, it shows up there, which I think is cool. But yeah, this is what we've been working on. It's a little bit detailed. The vines are not detailed at all yet because I'm still working in them. But this is what I've been working through, and it's taken so much time. I don't even know campus information. 9.5. This has been 10 hours of work on this stupid fucking blade. It has been 10 hours of work. This is so out of pocket. But anyways, 10 hours later, I'm still not done with it. We're gonna keep working on it. I'm gonna stretch. Thank you. But yeah, we might be able to finish this one today. Also very likely that we don't finish it, but I'm not alone. Also, hello, Grim. I saw your papa. Hello. But we're not gonna be alone today. I'm gonna call Emily and we're gonna chat because Emily's also doing art and I like talking to my friends. So that's what we're gonna do. Cause I decided I am. I've become trans squared today. Yeah, you can tell me. That'd be fantastic. I'm gonna hop in the VC. Uh, uh, uh,
Otter. I do not understand any of it, but it all sends a shiver down my spine.
what are we shivering about?
I don't even know the strings. Like, I used to play guitar. It wasn't official guitar, it was very bad guitar. But I would play guitar for fun, and I would just kind of like mess around with it, and I didn't know the chords. I would just play them.
I have a child's guitar.
Never once I know anything about music in my entire life.
I don't know if she can hear me. Emily. Emily, do you hear me? Emily, I'm speaking to you from beyond the grave. Emily, hello.
Music is just one of those things that I was never.
I don't know if she can hear me.
It was never my thing. I wanted to be good at music, but I felt like I didn't like it enough to dedicate my time to it.
Can you?
I was already in
hear me?
and art, which were both artistic, so I was like, I gotta stop. I can't keep
Why are you
racking them up.
ranting? What's going on over there? You yelling at me for touching my face or something?
I'm just glad I wasn't a ceramic
wait.
bitch. Like, I wasn't a clay bitch.
Hey, oh, she's making fun of the clay bitches over here. There she is, Emily. Emily, can you hear me? Emily, can you hear me? Emily from beyond the void, come back to me. Why are we Zan ranting? Why is chat? Oh wait, can you guys not hear her? No, you can hear her.
My settings.
I don't know if she can hear me. Thank you, Ash, for the bit. Oh god.
Okay, there you go. I can hear you now. Sorry, my Discord. Hi, my Discord was the wrong setting.
No worries. I was listening to you make fun of the clay bitches.
I wasn't making fun of the clay bitches. I was saying that I'm glad I wasn't one because I already had so many other things I was doing.
Oh, that makes yeah, I can't imagine being one of those clay bitches and trying to do that at home. Like, you can paint at home, but like I can't have a pottery wheel in my bedroom.
I was just complaining about not knowing music, and then I was like, music, I felt like I wasn't able to do it because I already had dance and art, and I was like, at least I wasn't a clay bitch too, you know. That was where that conversation was.
Got it. That makes sense.
I'm not making fun of the ceramic guys in the chat, I promise.
Wait, pottery stream? Ollie's onto something here.
I'm not doing that.
I want to see a pottery throwing stream. I want to see.
I've done pottery. I'm not bad at it. I just don't do it ever.
I have never thrown pottery in my whole life. I've
never thrown pottery, but I've like made like pinch pots.
Yeah, I've done pinch pots. I've never thrown. Why the fuck are you all freaking out? Why are you all screaming?
Calm the fuck down, guys.
Why are they?
I'm too damn tired for this. Calm the fuck down.
Dude, somebody needs to take a goddamn breath.
My chat has been so chill, and then I join your VC, and you immediately can't hear me, and people are screaming.
God, Emily, you want to share your chat with me, because the vibes in my chat are really just something right now. Oh, also, I just dropped my Apple Pencil. Wicked, you're in chat. Send a SO to Emily's channel.
Ollie, send it. I'm not gonna send it. Ollie, send it to Xander if you're in here.
Emily, you come in my stream and send a shout out in my stream. I'll go send my shout out in your stream. Yeah, no, you hop in mine. Hang on, I'll send one to myself in your stream. Hang on, no, this will work.
No, damn it, I couldn't do the bit.
Hang on, I can.
Wicked was too fast.
That's not even my name. Hang on, wait.
Xander, you just did Xander is Craigening. I'm screenshotting that. Join us in following Ollie is crying on Xander's stream. Guys, what is going on? Hell yeah. So based. I'm really glad that Ollie is crying got a shout out.
I was generally gonna do almost Xander, and my brain shorted, and I did Xander is crying.
Thanks for the resub test. Really appreciate it. Make sure you go follow Ollie is crying.
Oh my! I gotta kill my. Yeah, go follow Ollie is crying. But also anybody who's on my chat, if you're not already following Emily, you're fucking cringe. Go follow Emily, you freak.
Glad you got out of chem. This was a really chill stream, and there's like Emily getting the streaming VC.
I just wanted to talk to my friend.
I'm really fucking tired. I've been in hysterics the entire stream.
There's been so many conversations that I wanted to join in on, and I was just like desperately trying to join in, but just through
That's
chat.
how I feel in every single. I literally like yesterday when you were fucking doing the stupid morally gray. I kept making the same point. You kept fucking skipping it, and I was like, I'm not even gonna try.
I didn't even realize I was skipping it. Wait,
I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try.
Can I know it now? Because I'm so desperate to hear other people's opinions.
My point was, I don't care what your reasoning was. If it was like, if it was like so bad, I don't care what your reasoning was. It's still evil. Like, that was my only point. Like, I don't care how good your reasoning was. If you did bad, it's still bad. That was my only take.
Valid. I actually, that's one take that, like, there's like, I think there's certain levels, you know. Like, I do.
If it's like, but his sister died. It's like, yeah, and you killed multiple innocent people. Like, that doesn't justify it.
Right?
Like,
No, that one I totally agree with. There's like a level of bad that you get to that's like, well.
Or like, even if you thought you were doing good, if you didn't execute it well, it still doesn't matter what you intended to do, because your execution was so terrible that it still was evil.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a level where intention stops mattering and perception is actually like the thing that matters, because like, sure, you didn't mean to be perceived as, you know, a horrible evil person.
He was doing good. I don't really care if he thought he was doing good. He didn't do good.
Yeah, there's like a limit. There's a very specific limit I think you can hit. I don't exactly know what that limit is, and I think it's kind of blurry, but like, I don't know.
A little bit more strict with my limit. I'm a little more strict with my limits. people be making every single villain morally gray. I'm like, guys, they can just be villains. You don't have to justify every single fucking villain's actions. I'm with you on that one. Not everybody needs to be fucking morally gray. You can just have a villain, and it's okay. It's like morally gray villains have suddenly been touted as like the better way to write a villain. Like, even you view some like villains that I classify as villains as morally gray, and I don't think that's a big deal, but I'm like, guys, there's got to be a limit. Like, you can't just be saying everyone, but I don't care,
dude. They
suck.
There's like a certain like stigma online that's got this like flavor of just like a morally gray character is just any villain who's just also hot. Like, if he's hot, he's morally gray. And it drives me insane.
If they have reasoning for their actions, they're morally gray. I don't think that's a good base statement, because every single villain has reasoning for what they do.
Everybody has reasons. They're not always good, but they've got reason.
I don't care if they tried hard. If they did bad, they did bad. Anyways, I don't like talking about morality because I always feel like I'm a losing battle. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. No,
I'm with you on this one. I'm on your side here, man. There's a certain level of it that just, it crosses some damn lines. Hot take: Zuko isn't morally gray. I don't know.
Do you think he's a villain or?
No, I just think he's a developing character. I don't think he.
No, I think Zuko is a morally good character.
I agree. I think he goes from a morally bad to morally good character in a basic character arc, and for some reason, recently I've been seeing people talking about morally gray characters, and they've got like fucking like some arcane characters and then fucking Zuko as their like profile picture, and I'm like, huh?
I guess I can see Zuko in like the first season.
I think he goes from moral. I know. See, and Wicked's even saying he was morally gray. I don't think he ever was.
I think he was morally gray in season 1 because he did in fact hurt people just because he was told to do it. But like, I still don't consider him like morally gray.
See, and much. Maybe I've got an angry take on him.
I can see him. But then again, I also don't consider Soko morally gray, so everyone has different fucking takes.
That's true. Tess says her least favorite is when people say Eren Yeager is morally gray. He is not, he just sucks.
I'm pretty, from what I've heard, I'm pretty sure he is just in fact a villain.
I know nothing about him. I feel dumb.
Like, didn't he like become the very thing that he swore to destroy and like became like the ultimate fucking titan and like killed multiple people? Like,
oh yeah,
isn't that his whole shtick?
Nah, that sounds really morally gray. What are you talking about?
Oh my god! But he was hurting. I don't give a fuck.
He was hurting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't care. I just don't give a fuck.
Like,
I don't care.
I'm sorry that your fucking Blorbo was hurting, but fuck him.
The only character I will defend. The only characters I will defend as maybe being morally gray that other people may disagree on is Catra and Jinx. But like, I could see how people could think they could be villains. Like, I get it. I view both of them as morally gray. But
I'm actually with you on both of those. From everything that I've seen, obviously I haven't finished She-Ra with you yet, but everything I've seen, both of those characters are easily morally gray.
Catra gets better, so she's like Zuko, where like maybe she's morally gray and then she becomes better. Jinx, I could see her being a villain. I just like her. Okay, she does bad because she's hurting. I understand. I'm contradicting myself. I don't care.
I don't care. I think there's a special, like, I don't know if there's like a what you would call like a caveat for Jinx that comes with a like her trauma that she experienced made her incapable of truly hurting for the point of hurting because she thinks it's fun.
It is a self-defense mechanism.
Right. Like she
forms an alter ego because of her trauma.
Oh god, we've spoiled AOT for Wicked.
Oh, well, that's just simply unfortunate.
Whoops. I've never seen it, so I have no idea.
Well, the good thing about you, Wicked, is I also haven't seen it. I've never watched a single episode of that show. I just see a lot of edits.
My apologies to anybody we just ruined that show for, but I have no idea what's going on in that show, so I could not have told you.
I'm avoiding spoilers for the shows I've watched.
I thought AO3, god damn it, I thought AOT came out like years ago.
The anime is still coming out.
Oh, is it? I straight up didn't know that. The
manga's been out, and then like they're making the final season like now. Like I think like the most recent episode is like what we just talked about.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I straight up didn't know that. I'm so sorry, Wicked. I feel, yeah, Wicked just said like majorly spoiled. Oh my god, I feel bad. Whoops. Oh well. I'm so sorry. I literally did not know. I would, if I was you, I would be so fucking pissy right now. I feel like a loser. Whoops. What was the show? Oh, Tess says no, it's done now. Oh, did it finish it?
The last episode came out a few days ago. Okay.
Oh, that was like the finale.
I saw a screen cap of like the scene that I know Tess knows that I'm talking about, so I assumed it was not. I assumed it wasn't the fucking last episode.
I got it.
But I don't know Attack on Titan, so
me neither.
I don't know any fucking animes. I know Pokemon and I know Avatar, and that's it.
Based. I just watched a new anime with Rumi. Not a new anime, it's not new at all. I just watched an anime for the first time. It was Yona of the Dawn. And like, no hate on it. It was a really good anime. By the end of it, I was like really into it, but it was one of those animes that's like built off of stereotypes. Like every single line is like just the most advertisement worthy, like just rancid stereotypes. And it was kind of fun. Like I enjoyed it, but also it ended on like the worst ending I've ever seen, because it was supposed to be like the end of season 1. It ended with like she had finally gathered like all the dragon warriors and they could finally like take back her kingdom, and that was the end of season 1, and they just never made a season 2, and that was like 8 years ago. So there's just there's nothing. I was like, oh my god, I'm finally getting into it. All right, when's the next season coming out? It's not.
So I'm reading some of Ollie's messages because she's copying and pasting them into my chat.
Oh god, sorry, what's happening over there?
You were based for that take, Emily? Yeah, I was, thanks. I just also like the counter argument that arguing about a character's morality is so unnecessary. I also agree. Like, I understand it's like hyperfixation for some people, but I also just don't care. If I like a character, I like a character. I don't care about their morality.
Yeah.
Like, who cares if they're good or bad or in the middle? Just enjoy them and find the nuance and reasoning for their actions without trying to take sides. Yeah, I can see that. No, I can totally see, like, me, like, excusing other actions because, like, a character's a child, or, like, because a character's this or this. But it's like, but for this character, it's like, I don't care, man. I like this character. I don't give a fuck about that other one.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. There's definitely...
for this character only.
There's definitely, like, a level of, like, it really shouldn't matter. Like, I'm gonna go for the night. No worries, Daz. You're good. But like, I don't know. There's like a level that it really shouldn't matter because it's just a character. So, you know, it really shouldn't matter what their morals are. And like, there is like a certain nuance and a certain fun to it. But I think the people who take it too far are the people who have like, if you like this character or if you excuse these characters' actions, like fucking like DNIs, like do not interact with me if you fucking excuse this character's actions. It's like, ma'am, this is fiction, bro. Like, it's a TV show. It's insane. People were doing that for Arcane for a little while.
That's like me getting irrationally angry at people who like fucking despise Jace. It's like, why? People on TikTok hate that man, and it's like, what did he do? Like,
people get really pressed.
People get a little too invested. Like, I'm not a Silco enjoyer, but I'm not gonna shit on someone's dreams if they like Silco. Or,
Right.
oh, you like fucking who I'm trying to think of Owl House, and everyone likes fucking Owl House. Do you think Balos is a cool character? Fucking do not interact. It's like, what's happening?
Deadass. Like I know me and you like disagree with Silco, but you've never been like, oh, you like Silco? Go fucking kill yourself. I'm like,
no longer like I don't agree with your takes at all, but like they're not my takes. It's okay.
You're not like, hey, I actually can't speak to you anymore. Do not interact. Do not interact.
Xander's using child manipulation because he likes Silco from Arcane.
Yeah, no, I'm actually a child abuser myself because I like Silco.
Xander abuses children?
Yeah. I became a father and abused my children because I like Silco.
Oh my God, bro.
Bro, cancel me on Twitter. No, Tess, you don't need to stop speaking for the night.
Tess, you're fine, man. It happens. I spoiled Shira to Xander on accident. It happens, man.
Yeah, no, also I don't think it was just you. I think Emily said it out loud.
I fully said it on stream.
Yeah, Emily like completely said it out loud. It's not your fault and you never could have known.
I am sorry. I just don't know who's watched what.
Yeah. This is one of those things as a content creator, you like, I can't TW for every time I can talk about a TV show.
I cannot do that.
I'm so sorry.
If I'm talking about a show that I like, sometimes I'll say like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this, like, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I'll give you like 2 seconds. I don't know who's watched what. I do apologize for spoilers, but
yeah, if
it happens sometimes. Accidents
happen, man. Content is hard to curate. I spoiled The Last of Us Part 2 for my friend immediately after it came out.
It happens, man.
Yeah, it happens to everyone.
Media, you spoil it often. It's fine.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't remember what show. Oh, there was a show I was like desperately trying to avoid spoilers for a while, and I literally like wouldn't touch the internet until I could get home and watch it, and I straight up at this point don't remember what it was. Clearly real important.
I mean, there's some shows that like it's just like I'm not okay. I know a lot of your fans are Owl House fans, and in case you guys don't know, I just watched the Owl House because everyone keeps fucking telling me to. But I already knew what was going to happen in that damn show because Owl House fans are quite possibly the worst at putting any spoiler warnings whatsoever in any content they make.
Are they?
I knew the entire plot twist with Hunter. I knew the entire everything about that damn show because people are so bad at spoiler warning that show. I knew the entire lore. I knew all of it. I still watched it, but I knew all of it, man. Like,
good lord,
it happens. Like, it happens. Like,
it's also I know it doesn't heal the wounds for anybody who's injured by a spoil, but I fully stand by the fact of if it's good media, it should be good.
You'll like it anyway.
Regardless. Yeah, exactly that. It should hold up even if you know everything.
I knew a lot of stuff about Shira. Like I knew about like the end parts of like Catra and Adora. I still cried. I still liked it because it was built up well.
Yeah. Like,
and I knew I was with Divergent. I knew what happened at the end of Divergent or Allegiant, and I still cried when it happened because I liked it.
Right. It's like any media that relies on surprising you to get your emotional reaction hasn't done it well. You should be able to know every spoil that happens, and it should still be able to deliver it to you with a level of emotion. You know what I mean? Like, let's take the most famous spoiler that's ever happened in history, at least in my time alive, of Dumbledore's death.
Dumbledore dies.
Dumbledore dies, guys. Spoiler alert for the worst fucking series on Earth. JK.
Guys, did you know that Dumbledore dies?
Guys, I know it's a huge spoiler. I'm sorry if anybody hasn't finised. Dumbledore does die.
Did you guys know that Severus Snape like Lily James?
Did you know?
Did you guys know that Remus Lupin and Sirius Black were friends? Did you guys know that?
Did you guys know they fucked?
Did you guys know that Sirius Black, James Potter, and Remus Lupin all fucked at the end of book 4? They all
fuck at the end of book 4.
You guys know that?
It's a huge spoiler. You have to turn the page.
Huge spoiler.
It's on the back of the cover. You really got to get into the nuance.
Ollie, I do not know the actress for Lily James. I'm so sorry. I don't know that. I'm not aware.
Do you mean Lily Potter? You combined
Lily,
the parents' names.
I thought her first name was her maiden name was James. Maybe
Is
I'm
it?
thinking
I
wrong.
thought it was.
Oh no, I was thinking of James Potter. But
Yeah,
okay,
you just combined both parents into one.
I know she had like a maiden name, but
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it is though. It's been too long. But Peter Pettigrew alive. Did you know he's also a rat? Did you know that?
Did you know that Peter Pettigrew actually was the one who caused Harry Potter to die? Did you guys know that?
Yeah. Did you know Harry Potter also dies?
We're just spoiling Harry Potter.
But sorry, my point of it was, even if you knew that Dumbledore died, it was supposed to be an emotional response, like an emotional moment in the film, regardless of if the dick in your class showed up the day that the book came out and told you all the spoiler of it. Like, you know, it's supposed to still be an emotional impact because of that.
The whole shtick with Dumbledore's death is that people were like, I read the books later in my life. I didn't read them as a kid. I read them when I was like 8th grade.
Valid.
And people they'd be like, oh, did you like Dumbledore's at the end of that book? And I assumed they were joking. Like they say it like so jokingly that I thought they were joking, when actually I was like, oh wow, shit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see it coming. Like her last name's Evans. I didn't know that. I just blinked. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it, Ollie.
That's interesting information. I just straight up wouldn't have known.
I did know that. I just blinked. I knew it was like something short like that, like 1 or 2 syllables. I just forgot.
I would not have been able to even tell you what it was. I have not read those books or seen those movies in so long. And admittedly, I hate to tell you, just people who are Harry Potter fans out there, the books don't fucking hold up, man. The first 2 books are fucking horrid.
The first 2 books are pretty trash, but I do like the series. But like, obviously, like,
yeah, I'm still a fan.
I don't really talk about it anymore.
I'd also like to specify, fuck TERFs and fuck J.K. Rowling, just because we're talking about the series, and thus I need to integrate the reminder of fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
I wish her literally the worst things in life. Thank you. Yeah, fuck J.K. Rowling. Correct. Did you know at the end Harry Potter turns into a bird and skedaddled away after exploding into a ball of glitter? You're ruining it for me.
Did you guys know that Harry Potter becomes a cop at the end of the movie? Or the book?
That is
actual canon, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's so true.
Why does he become a cop?
Because we got to spread that propaganda to our children.
Why does he become a police? Even when I was a kid, I was like, why did he become that?
But yeah, the kid who disobeyed every single rule of the entire wizarding world every year.
Why did he do that?
I fucking couldn't tell you. Yeah, no, if J.K. Rowling was on fire, I would also laugh and drink my glass of water and watch, because fuck that bitch. But also, honestly, the books, especially the last couple of books, pretty good. The first couple of books, absolutely trash.
The first, it took me like a solid month to finish the second book because I just didn't fucking care about it until the basilisk scene.
Yeah.
And then my favorite book was book 5. It was the longest book, but I finished it in like a week.
Yeah.
And then all like 3, 4, 5, I all liked. 6 was and I liked 7.
7 was so fun. It wasn't necessarily like
really good.
It wasn't necessarily like the best book in the series, but it was just fun to read.
It felt like the least like a Harry Potter book, and I partly liked it and partly didn't like it. Yeah, because I kind of missed like I honestly missed like the Quidditch like after the 5th book because they just stopped doing it, and I was like,
they really stopped like the world building aspect, which was like some of the most fun of that world was just the world building.
Okay, we're finding Horcruxes now.
Yeah,
all right.
It became an action adventure book instead of like this like world building.
For like at the time, it was fine.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was a fun book to read because I love those kind of action adventures, but you're right, it really didn't feel.
No. I liked it. It just felt it felt the least like a Harry Potter book. But I did like that's my second favorite book was the 7th one.
Yeah, that one was it's just fun. There's just a good fun energy with it. Like it's just a fun read. I don't know, but
the last 2 Harry Potter movies are some of the most egregiously tedious and boring movies ever made. Didn't they split that book into 2 movies? Though?
Yeah, it was 2 movies.
They should have split the 5th one into 2 movies because it was the longest one. Why did they choose the 7th one? Yeah,
Ollie's got a point too. She said, "What? Right? It became YA fantasy. There was no magics in the movie, at least. Like dead ass.
The only scene I can remember from that book was obviously like Harry Potter's like death scene, which was cool. With what's her fucking name? Lucius's wife. Her. Narcissa, that's her name.
There you go.
And then like I liked the scene of like when Harry was like getting the sword from under the ice. Like that was cool. But yeah, there was no magic.
There was
whatsoever.
just no magic at all.
There was none of it. It's like, what's happening here? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
There was cool scenes, but I don't know.
It was just...
It didn't need to be 2 movies.
I agree. Although...
I also haven't watched those movies at all. I've only watched the 1st and the 5th movie, and that's it.
Of all of the things I could complain about, though, everything about those is still better than the quote-unquote final book, Cursed Child. Oh my god.
I read Cursed Child, and it was okay.
I couldn't finish it.
Great.
I couldn't do it.
I finished it. It wasn't great. I'd love to watch the Fantastic Beasts movies, but I no longer can because I know about J.K. Rowling.
Right.
But I almost watched them when they first came out before I knew all of it. I almost watched the Fantastic movies because I heard they were good, but I'm not gonna watch them now.
Yeah, I'll admit I saw the first one because I wasn't.
I almost did.
I wasn't in with everything that was going on, admittedly.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about like J.K. Rowling at the time. I just I'm like, oh, I like Harry Potter. I just never got around to watch it.
Yeah, I saw the first one, and admittedly, you're not missing out on a whole bunch. It really wasn't. I mean, it was kind of fun.
I heard it was really good, but that might also just be the Harry Potter fans. I also tend to like most media I consume. I tend not to have that many criticisms on media. I tend to just like things.
That's true. And I also there's nothing I would criticize on that. There's nothing I'd be like, oh yeah, this was the reason that movie wasn't good. There wasn't anything that was like, oh my god, that was it was just like a movie, I guess.
It was just Harry Potter.
Yeah, I honestly think it was a step down from some of the Harry Potter movies.
I think most people liked it because like it had more Hufflepuff and like Slytherin representation, which is great.
Which is absolutely valid.
Also, especially with fucking Slytherins, because there was like a non-antagonist villain or non-antagonist. The whole concept of Slytherins, being a Slytherin is so weird because it's like the whole like NAZI like propaganda ass, and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
what's going on here?
It is it is maybe a little wild, but man, just out here living this.
Like being a Slytherin, I'm like, man, I should be ashamed to admit that, but I'm not. No, it's not like every Slytherin's fucking bad, but like. No,
I'm immediately a villain because I'm a Slytherin. Let's be clear.
I'm a villain.
I'm actually morally evil because I'm a Slytherin.
I'm morally gray because I'm a Slytherin.
I'm a fucking
in real life.
Cancel me.
I'm morally gray. I used to be like really deep in like my like Harry Potter era. Like we've talked about on the stream. I have like the Slytherin robes. I have a wand. I have all this stuff.
Bro, same.
And like I was so obsessed with like, what's your house? What's your house?
Yep.
And I no longer am super invested in it, but I still like Harry Potter. I just don't actively talk about it as much anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like absolutely denounce it as a concept, but obviously I'm not gonna go around and be like, hey, did you guys hear about the new Harry Potter movie coming out? It's like, I don't care.
Like, and admittedly, again, I was just like you, same thing of like, I watched all the movies, I read all the books, I own the robes, I own 2 different wands up on my shelf. Yeah. I know my house, both of my parents' house. I made both of my little sisters take the test and find out their houses.
I literally made custom wands for my friends.
Yep. I've been to Harry Potter World in Florida 3 times.
Harry Potter World in Florida. I've been there once. I want to go there again, but I also don't.
I don't think I can anymore. I don't think I will. And it sucks.
I would love to just because it's such a big ass fucking place and it's one of those, it's like there's fucking no way everyone would fucking boycott that. Like people could maybe boycott a game, but no one could boycott an amusement park.
That's deadass what we've talked about, and like I think I've talked about that on stream, but like it's one of, oh god, Synthetti, thank you for the fucking raid, mate. Welcome in. We're talking about...
I know a lot of Hufflepuffs, honestly. That's like, I feel like that's the most common house I see.
I'm telling you, as a Slytherin, the only people I collect are Slytherins, like other Slytherins and Hufflepuffs.
I know a few Ravenclaws. I don't know shit Gryffindors. I don't know any of them.
I know one Gryffindor.
Casper. Apparently Casper's a Gryffindor. My bad. But growing up, I knew no Gryffindor.
I know one.
I've got Hufflepuff once on the test, and then I retook and got Slytherin. I was like, oh, that's a little different. And now I always get Slytherin. And then I thought I was a Ravenclaw before I took the test. But I've never once in my life considered myself to be a Gryffindor.
I have
fucking brave. I'm a coward.
I have desperately tried to be a Ravenclaw, and every time I take the test, I get Slytherin.
I'd love to be a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, but I'm just a Slytherin.
I'm not.
There's nothing I can do about it. Also, because we did get a raid, I'd just like to clarify one more time. Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Fuck TERFs. Let the bitch burn. Ding dong ditch. The wicked bitch is dead. I don't give a fuck.
Ding dong. The wicked bitch is dead.
That exactly. Fuck that cunt. Let's be absolutely clear. But also, the Harry Potter books are a part of my childhood, and I will fully stand by the fact that they are a good series.
You're talking about the nuance of Harry Potter.
Is it morally gray to like Harry Potter?
Yeah, is it morally gray to like Harry Potter? That is the question of the hour.
That is the question.
The Slytherin slander always got me heated. Like irrationally heated.
Dude, I got hated on it because people would be like, "Oh, you're a Slytherin? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?"
It's the same shit when I'm like, "Oh, I'm an Aries." People are like, "You're an Aries." Oh, I should have known. Like, what do you mean?
What the fuck do you mean you should have known?
It's the same. Like, literally, I told a girl in college. She's like, "What's your zodiac sign?" I was like, "Oh, I'm an Aries." She's like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Oh, god damn it!" Like,
dude, I would get equally offended with people if people were asking me like, "Oh, I'm a Slytherin," and they'd go figures, and I'm like, "Excuse." Figures?
You fucking ass. I'm sorry I was born in April. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm ambitious and cunning. I'm really sorry those traits get on your nerves.
So sorry. Actually, let's make it clear that I would step on your head and shove you under the water to make sure that I succeed. Let's be clear.
Let me get a what's it fucking called? The snake tattoo thing.
Oh yeah, let me get one of those. The fucking
let me get one of those.
Let's get a let me get a Death Eater mark tattooed on me.
Death Eater, yeah. Let me get a Death Eater tattoo.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get. Actually, you know what? Let's go all the way and just get a fucking NIZI fucking tattoo right across my face.
I'm gonna get my machine out real quick and just tattoo a head sound.
Yeah, let's go all the way, guys. Full commit. This is committing. I'm so glad I couldn't get tattoos as a child.
I was so close to getting an Aries tattoo when I was 17.
I nearly got a Harry Potter tattoo, admittedly.
I've always gotten Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. I've never gotten Ravenclaw. Maturing is realizing that being a Slytherin doesn't make you evil. Maturing even more is realizing that being a Slytherin does make you evil, because no matter how much Joanne, which is censored, tried to retcon it, being evil was literally their only trait. She antagonized an entire house. Yeah. That's the problem, is she antagonized an entire house of children. Their failures were always a W for the main characters because they were characterized as evil. They were not well written. That's the problem, is the reason why people fucking hated Slytherins is because all they were was just the villains.
Yeah, because fucking Josephine over there fucking wrote them like shit.
Jessica did not do a very good job at writing.
Yeah, she fucking is
literal children.
Half-ass writer, and her fucking soft-ass world building is shit.
I was so mad when, like, in the final book, when it was like who's gonna stay and fight the war, like, McGonagall made the Slytherins leave.
Right.
Like, they didn't even get a choice. She's like, get out. You guys can't fight because you're gonna betray us. It's like, these are like 12-year-olds.
These are literal, like, you're setting them up to betray you. You're teaching them that that's who they are.
Hot take. I know the Slytherin house is meant to portray, like, white privilege, like, wealthy people, but they're low-key, like, the minorities of the fucking Harry Potter world. Like, they're always just treated like shit.
Bro, hotter take
for fighting back.
Hotter take. I'm gonna take you a step further. I'm agree with you that they seem to be supposed to be the white privilege, but they're treated like the minorities. Yeah. Think about the fucking Josephina that's writing this bullshit. She's saying that white people are oppressed. That's what she's fucking saying. Like,
the white people are the problem.
White people are so oppressed. Everybody's hating on people for us just having white privilege.
But then again, like, she wrote it. But then again, I feel like Gryffindor is also like a white propaganda. Like, they are the heroes of the world.
Exactly. Like,
maybe I'm going a little too far. I don't know.
No, I'm with you. I'm fucking following, man. Fuck that bullshit.
I don't know.
Absolutely. Fuck that noise.
I assumed you didn't make. I assume you weren't telling me to make up your mind and suck my own dick. I'm assuming you were talking to Joanne and not me. Thanks for clarifying, though.
No, actually.
Every single person that in that house is evil. She establishes and proves this over and over. The only non-evil person in Slytherin is Professor Slughorn, who is in fact a chair in some scenes.
Who is in fact a chair in some scenes.
He is introduced as a reclining chair, and he is the only good Slytherin in that damn series. And kind of Draco and Narcissa, and that's it. Everyone else sucks. Lucius sucks. Snape sucks. Everyone sucks besides the chair and some of the Malfoys.
I'd like to be clear. I would now like to be introduced to everything I like walk into as a reclining chair.
He was a reclining chair.
That is my new gender.
When I heard that line, I was like, "There's no way this man is disguised as a chair right now."
No, deadass.
Why?
It's just fucking wild, man. That shit's just something else. Fuck Harry Potter. I don't know. I almost struggle with it because as much as fun as it is, and a lot of it I believe to a certain degree. Now, hate on me for drawing connections to my hyperfixations here, but I feel like a good chunk of it is like the same feelings we have ascribed to the Dream SMP for us of it who really liked it. Of like the Dream SMP was really problematic, not entirely that great of a storyline, and isn't coming back. And the only reason we like it is because it got us through a hard time in our life and we're nostalgic. And that's about it. Like, it really wasn't that, like, it wasn't anything, like, life-changing. It wasn't all that well done. It's fucking Minecraft roleplay. Like, don't expect too much. But also, it's the same thing for Harry Potter. It really wasn't revolutionary. It just happened to get a lot of kids through hard times in their life and happened to, like, hit at the right time. And we're all fucking nostalgic for that period of our life. It's not that we actually, like, changed our world.
Yeah. It's also like one of those things where it's like a really easy series to like headcanon yourself in, like
exactly.
Divergent, like put yourself in a faction. Like you can put yourself in a house and you're now part of the universe. Congrats.
Yeah. Same thing with fucking My Hero Academia. It's the same thing that you can just like immediately put yourself in.
Or like you even said in my webtoon, you're like, this is like a really like this would be like a story people would like headcanon themselves in, and I didn't really know what you mean, but it's like the same shtick of like, what tribe would you be in? Like it's always like that like shit where it's like Avatar, what bending would you do? Like it's those like
that's genuinely true. Like if yours was like a TV show, I could see that being like a large part of the community. Is like which world?
I'd be this animal. It's like okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what makes series popular.
Yeah.
It just people want to be a part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like,
interesting.
People like this is off topic, but I've been getting a lot of like Avatar in the last Airbender and like Legend of Korra like debating on my TikTok.
Dude, start sending me some. I want to be in it.
Specifically like who's the strongest avatar or like what's the best like bending style, like all of those, and people get so unfathomably heated.
Oh god.
Like, I will go in the comment section and people are like sending insults. They're like, how do you think Korra is the best avatar? And it's like, what's going on right now?
Bro,
guys, I need you to calm the fuck down.
Take a
like people
breath.
get so invested, like specifically like people who like it's always no offense people who like it's always tough fans who get really invested.
She's great.
It's people who like Aang fans.
Yeah.
Are terrifying. Absolutely the most. Aang's great, but people who defend Aang with their entire being, low-key misogynistic vibes. Just because they shit on Korra so heavily just because she's a woman. And then like people will shit on waterbenders, people will shit on Katara a lot, people shit on anything. It's like any of those fandoms, it's people connect to them, but they also get really, really attached to them.
Yeah.
So if like anyone's like you think airbending is worse than earthbending or whatever, like people get so incredibly attached.
I will say with my whole heart, Aang is cool or whatever, but these strongest benders in that entire series was Toph and Katara, without a question.
100% the best benders.
Without a question. Both of them were able to uptake types of bending that were previously like either unheard of or very, very uncommon. Like they fucking rewrote how bending worked, and you want to look at me and tell me that fucking Aang did better than either of those bitches? Like absolutely not. You're delusional.
Like, I know people like don't like Legend of Korra, but like there's nuances just talking about the characters without being like, oh well, Avatar: The Last Airbender was better. I don't really care talking about the characters.
No, for sure.
But like people like shitting on Korra and saying that like she's the worst Avatar when canonically every single Avatar is better than their predecessor. You just liked Aang because you liked Avatar: The Last Airbender better.
Yeah, and that's another one of those nostalgia things.
Yeah, exactly. I stand by this. People refuse to like media if it is not the original media just because it's different.
The hate of sequels.
Like, yeah, like you can have a preference, but like just shitting on it just because it's a sequel and not not a carbon copy of the same. Like if you just got it's the same thing with like Monster High. People getting pissed at the new gen because it's not the exact same thing. Do you just want people to do the same shit over and over again?
Apparently.
Like, apparently people hate change, and like I get it. But also, please stop shaming people for liking it just because it's not what you like.
Yeah.
Calm down.
My only defense is, okay, I did not, I'm one of the people who didn't like Legend of Korra, and I never actually finished it.
But I really do want to watch it.
We should, fuck it, we should get together and watch it.
It's 4 seasons, babe.
I'm gonna be living with you fairly soon. We can make this happen.
Okay, all right.
I
do want to watch it. I just don't have Netflix right now.
I'll bring my Netflix. Let's go. I'm in. All right. So now that that's plans and set, like
we haven't even finished She-Ra.
Oh yeah,
or Gravity Falls.
Hey, whenever you're here, man, I'm ready.
Xander, please.
We'll have so much time to watch shows. But okay, so I didn't like Legend of Korra, and admittedly I never finished it, so I'm not allowed to have a full opinion on it.
Where did you end on?
This was literally this was when it first came out, so I don't remember exactly.
I heard it gets better as the seasons progress.
And I'm sure it does, but I mean, like, I was one of the people in my young and old time day, whatever, as a child, whatever the fuck, I was one of those people sitting there waiting for the day that series dropped, because Avatar: The Last Airbender was like life-changing for me. It was my favorite show of all time. I owned the director's cut. I owned the books. Like, I loved Avatar. So I was one of the people like sitting, like gripping my couch waiting for the day that Korra dropped, and I watched like the first like 3 or 4 weeks of it, of it coming out like regularly or whatever, and I couldn't get into it, and I couldn't buy into it, and I struggled to understand like why that.
No.
Well, yeah, and I think a lot of it is, like, I was waiting with the bated breath to love the characters like I loved my previous characters, and I didn't. And I know I probably didn't give it enough time to actually like those characters. But I will also say that to a certain degree, having done a little bit of looking back, again, I haven't seen the series, but I have watched analysis on parts of it, and I've definitely like read about it, and I've seen pieces of it, that like this story does do a lot of retconning or softening of the original lore, and that kind of shakes me up a little bit. And it's one of my pet peeves with sequels, of if your sequel retcons or goes back and changes or goes back and delegitimizes something that happened in the first season, it frustrates me immensely, because like that season is done. It was perfect. Don't try to touch it and change it and fix it and like tell me that that's not how that works anymore. And it frustrates me. Like I don't know. There's a bunch of things about like the energy bending and the fucking Avatar state that they changed that like were like really important moments for Aang that just became like side quests for Korra. And like I think I've heard a lot of people be pretty angry about it. Again, I'm not allowed to have an opinion. I haven't seen all of it, but that's just what I've heard as to why a lot of people really didn't like it.
I think you're allowed to have like critiques of a series, but if your critique is just it wasn't the original, that's where I'm like, okay, so you just wanted the like you just like I feel like people who don't give like Avatar or Korra, or don't give like whatever other fucking sequels there are to shows and stuff, like if they don't give it a chance just because it's a sequel, that's where I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Like you can not like it. I'm not gonna tell you what the fuck you can and can't like. Maybe I'll watch it and hate it. I don't think I will. But like, because like I said, I like most things I watch. Then again, I wasn't particularly the biggest fan of Owl House, but like I still liked it. But it's like, I just don't like when people are like, oh, well, I don't like it because, well, you know,
it just wasn't the same.
Much.
Yeah,
it wasn't the same thing. It's like you watched it when you were a kid. Of course, you're not gonna have the same reaction to it.
Yeah.
the reason why you liked that show so much is because you watched it when you were a child, and now you're no longer a child trying to watch it with the same amazement and wonder. But you're not going to be able to have that.
Yeah, and it's also, you know, they're not the same characters, and like there's always different. That like feeling of like, oh, I'm not as invested because it's not the characters that I love. It's like
I wanted Zuko. It's like, but this isn't Zuko. This isn't Katara.
So you need to go into sequels with the understanding and expectation of this is a new show, even though it's in the same world. Sure, different. Like get invested like it's a new show, like these are new characters, like it's a new world. Like don't go in expecting the old, because then you're gonna hate anything they give you.
Yeah, if you're just gonna be bitter because it's not the originals, like it's the same thing with like Pokemon games, like like Gen 1ers are like, well, it's not the original games. Of fucking course not. Right, it's not in fucking 8-bit. We're very basic and on a Game Boy. Of course, it's not gonna be the same thing. It's like, yeah, you can dislike the new Pokemon designs, you can dislike the story, but if you don't like it specifically because it's not Charizard, Pikachu, you're not gonna like anything Pokemon creates, because they're not going to keep doing the same shit over and over again. Universes and characters and series are allowed to expand and change, and they're allowed to leave your old characters behind, man. It's okay. If you like Avatar so much, go rewatch that show instead of hating on Legend of Korra because you didn't like it because it's not the original. Entirely. Go watch the original. It's not going away. Right. It is still there. And I know for a lot of people, a lot of it is just like they would kill for some new content of their favorite old characters. But the thing is, they're making one. They are? Have you not seen? They're making, in like 2025, they're making a series or a movie based on the original gang as adults. I'm gonna bet you all of my kidneys that people are gonna fucking hate it. They're all of them. Because they're not 14 anymore. It's not the same. They're also making another show based on another Avatar who's an Earthbender, and people are gonna hate that one too. Oh, I'm so excited for that. That's gonna be cool as fuck. They're making a series. We're doing a live action, but it's gonna be better this time because it's actually gonna be like. Oh, is it? POC actors and a series instead of a movie. Fucking hope so, man. But they're already casting people. They're actually Asian and Inuit, and then they're making another series with an Earth Avatar instead. I have no idea what. I know he's a dude. Fuck yeah. Alternative gender, and then. They're making another either movie or series with the original cast as adults. That'll be fun. And people are super hyped for it, but I know damn well they're gonna hate it. They're all of them are gonna fucking hate it because even if it's the original characters, it's not going to be the same. Anymore. Exactly. You are an adult now, which is why I think that's why I have like a more open take, because I didn't watch a lot of stuff as a kid. I'm watching all of it as an adult, right. So I don't have the same nostalgia bias. So I'm like, I liked it, and people are like, oh, I didn't like it. It's like, oh, why was that? You're like, wasn't the same. It's like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, and I genuinely get it, because I get the feeling of like it's not the same, but like I understand, but hating on it just because it's not what you thought it was going to be outside of the actual story itself. It's just not a super valid criticism to be like, I don't like it because it wasn't the same. It's like, well, I'm sorry, but fucking get a life. Yeah. Oh, I have some pretty harsh takes with Velma that are actually not negative, and I feel like I have a controversial opinion on Velma. I've not seen it, but I refuse to watch it because I've heard of the absolutely horrendous racism that takes place in it, and so I won't touch it. Not with the 10-foot pole. I saw a girl react to it, and it's not that bad. It's a show that the humor makes it's like almost cringingly like anti-white, which like isn't great. Oh, I don't mind anti-white. It's very anti-white to the point where people like almost make fun of Velma because like the reason why I don't like Velma is not because of the actual story, because it's not really a racist. At least I didn't interpret it as racist. There are some jokes that it's like, what's going on here? Like, why are we making fun of this community? Guess what? It's a vulgar show. But the reason why I don't like Velma as a show is because it has a minority-based cast. It has homosexual relationships. It has people of color. It has plus-size representation. But it's done in a way that makes people hate it because the show is bad. And so people are automatically like viewing the show as shitty because, oh, well, they made Fred a white privileged himbo. And it's like, Fred is a white privileged himbo. they made him unlikable the first like 5 episodes. He was an asshole. Well, and so people were like, they made the one white dude an ass, so of course they did. That's why I don't like the show, is because people are now using it as an excuse to hate female protagonists again.
Interesting.
The show itself wasn't great, but it actually, like, I saw the girl react to it. There's some actual good substance to it. There's a cool mystery. There's a lot of interesting character development from everyone besides Velma. Fred, Daphne, and Norval, who's Shaggy, has a lot of really good development, but people just automatically hate it because the first episodes were pretty hot garbage.
Interesting.
But I haven't watched it either. I just watched a girl react to it, and it wasn't awful. But yeah, there are some really vulgar jokes that people like, there was a rumor going around that Scooby was a black woman. That's not true. I don't know where that came from.
That is a wild thing. All right, interesting.
People made that. It's like Norval gets a girlfriend and her name is Gigi and she's black, and people are like, "That's Scooby." It's like, no, it was never said that she was Scooby. It's just she's a woman.
That is wild.
There was like a rumor going around that they turned Scooby into a black woman. It's like, where did you guys get that from?
That is the
like,
funniest shit.
The whole shtick was that, like, Scooby was like this, like, there's no actual dog, but Scooby is like, it's like a secret organization that's called Scooby. It's like an abbreviation.
Okay.
That's how they kind of formed it in. But people like being like, they made a black woman.
They turned the dog into a black woman. Like,
no,
what the fuck? That is wild.
It's just another character. Like,
that is wild. That's actually really fucking funny to me.
Yeah, I was like, what happened? How did this happen? Hi, Nosy, welcome in.
That's obscene. You know what? You know what show recently I've been talking about that I think people should talk about more often? I'm gonna get some funny, interesting takes for this one. Fucking South Park.
Oh, South Park has never been a good show.
I fucking love it. I fucking love South Park.
I was never a big. I don't think it's bad. I just don't really care about it.
Bro, I fuck with South Park so fucking hard.
I've never been a South Park girly,
dude. And it's not like I'm like a fan of it, you know, like I'm not like a South Park stan. I don't like watch new episodes as they come out, but like South Park is undeniably fucking hilarious. It is vulgar, it's horrible, it has horrible jokes, and the reason I love it is because it is absolutely unbiased. It does not care who you are. It will fucking shit on you for anything, any race, any gender, any disability, any sexual orientation, any type of person, black, white, gay, straight, doesn't fucking matter. They will shit on you exactly the same. And it's so fucking good. That is true equality, is fucking South Park.
Honestly, you'd probably like Velma because they do similar, probably not done as well, but they make fun of fucking everybody in that damn show.
Yeah.
They make fun of everyone, gets shit on.
Like, that is the lesbians, type of shit.
People, white people, East Asians, all of them.
Yeah.
They all get shit on.
I think personally, maybe this is a hot take or some bullshit or whatever the fuck, but I think true equality isn't the walking on eggshells of not offending anybody. It's offending everyone equally. That's true equality.
I think there is in fact a limit. But
there is a limit. But I mean, like,
but for the most part, yeah.
It's there's nothing wrong with making sure that there isn't like gruesome stereotypes being spread or like horribly egregious things being talked about any minority or majority. Don't cross fucking lines. But like, if comedy is being done for the sake of comedy and everyone is getting made fun of,
they're being goofy, or look at that black person over there being goofy. Like,
right. You shouldn't be afraid to make a joke about someone that has nothing to do with their race because they're a minority, or make fun of someone that has nothing to do with their sexuality because they are gay. Like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna make fun of you no matter who you are. I'm just not gonna target you for being a minority. Like, that's the draw line, you know? Although, admittedly, South Park will specifically target you for whatever minority you are, or a majority, and just absolutely roast you to shit for it. And it's fucking hilarious. That's just my take on it, man.
I'm not a South Park hater or fan. I have very middle ground opinions. I don't like that show just because I don't watch it.
Totally valid.
I know a lot of people like it, and I don't give a fuck. I watched Family Guy when I was younger. So.
Dude, Family Guy was funny as hell for a while.
I loved Family Guy.
Like, and South Park, dude, I watched South Park the entire 2 hours I got my fucking first ever tattoo done. I was just fucking watching South Park the whole time.
I watched Cruella for one of my tattoos, so that was great. I loved that movie.
It's just so good.
You guys can shit on live actions all you want. I like them.
Some live actions are really good.
I like the Disney live actions.
But yeah, equality equals not giving a shit about any, regardless of whatever it is. Like, if I'm making fun of you and it's not for who or what you are, I'm allowed to make fun of you for anything. Fuck you. I'm gonna take that a step all the way. It's like the good version of the idea of like colorblindness, which like that's a bad take. Colorblindness is the bad take.
I don't see color.
Yeah, that's the incorrect take of what I'm saying.
I don't see color. I just see people. No, the fuck you don't.
No, the fuck you don't. And the point isn't to do that because everyone is unique, and you should be noticing the color because it makes people different, and that's a good thing.
I just see people.
Dude, I have so many people.
I used to be like that, and then I realized that wasn't a good take to have. I'd be like, no, I don't care about race. It's like, no, I do. I just don't care about it in a racist way.
Right. I do care about race because everybody is unique, and there are going to people like I need to be aware of people's race and their culture and their religion, not because I get like to fucking hate on them, but because everybody has different like things that they're comfortable with being treated as. You know? Like there's a fucking different. Oh, live action How to Train Your Dragon? That's a thing?
Is that happening? I haven't heard about that.
That
might be a rumor.
No,
that might be a rumor.
Apparently it's happening. At least according to my chat. My chat may be dirty fucking liars.
The CGI better be on point then.
That CGI better be fucking perfect.
If there's some goofy ass dragons, I'm not gonna be happy.
I'm gonna riot in the fucking streets.
Honestly, I'll probably like it anyways. Like I said, my standards are on the ground.
I'd like to be clear that we do not speak in this household about the Aragon live actions. We don't talk about those.
I don't know Aragon.
Aragon was my favorite book series of all time as a child, and for most of my adult life as well. And the live action movie was one of the worst egregious things I've ever seen. It is just fucking horrid. And it's a shame too, because it was a really, really good book, man.
I remember I was getting shit on by my family when they took me and one of my friends to see the Ready Player One live action movie.
Oh.
And I didn't like it because it was really different from the books. I've never been one of those people that like hates media because it's different from the books. I'm not one of those people that's like the book's always better, because it's not always better.
Not always.
But like I didn't like the movie because I just read the book,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, it's so different for no reason.
Right.
It was like the changes they made just made no sense, and I was just like nitpicking. To be honest, I usually am not a nitpicker. I just was at the time, and they're like, just like the movie, and I'm like, I couldn't. I'm sorry.
I can't.
I can't. It was a good movie for what it is, but I just read the book, and I was like,
right.
What's going? Why didn't we include that? Why did we change that? What's going on? That was supposed to be a D&D reference. Why did we change that? What's going on? Like I was so upset.
Right. There's just some changes that just aren't necessary, and I don't get why they get made.
I understand, honestly, in that movie, I understand why they made the changes, because the book is incredibly... There's a lot of scenes that don't translate well into a movie that's supposed to be 2 hours long, because there's an entire portion of that book where the main character lives alone in his apartment and is fucking depressed. You can't make that into a movie scene that's interesting to watch.
What do you mean? Sounds thrilling.
There's like a scene where he buys a sex doll, and that's all he does is just play his the VR game in this universe and masturbate. That's all he does.
Fantastic.
And then, there's a scene where he like gets more in shape and like gets his life back together, but like,
right,
I understand why that's not in the movie, because it's boring as fuck. But like, there's other scenes where it's like they changed like ways the puzzles were done, and it's like, I don't think we needed to change that. Like that still would have been cool.
Right. There's just some changes just are not necessary, and some changes are like actively bad that are just...
No problem, Reese. That's okay, babe.
Oh, yeah. Is Tess heading out?
Yeah.
Okay. I just looked over and saw your chat. I know you were talking about having some stresses. All right. I have been just admittedly for the past hour that we've been talking, have been fucking shading these same goddamn vines for the entire hour. I'm gonna lose my fucking marbles at this point.
I mean, I've been doing my cell shading.
This is getting out of hand. There's gotta be an easier way to live. I hate this. I would like to argue, and maybe some people will have a different opinion than me on this one, and if you do, you're welcome to, but also, I have an opinion. One of the worst book to movie translations, or book to TV show translations I have ever seen was 13 Reasons Why. Absolutely.
I haven't watched either, but I've heard it's pretty bad.
Absolutely fucking egregious. I mean,
I thought you were gonna say Percy Jackson, to be honest.
What did you thought I was gonna say? Oh, Percy Jackson.
I thought you were gonna say Percy Jackson. I haven't watched either, but I've heard bad shit.
I'm gonna admittedly admit some things that I'm gonna get hated on for. I've never read Percy Jackson.
I really want to.
I would love to. I have it in my bookshelf.
I tried reading the first book and I couldn't get into it, but I know it's one of those series that like it gets better. But,
yeah.
Like I want to read it. I just haven't.
I also know fully well that it's a book made for teenagers. Like it's like it's a middle school book.
I've heard it's like written better than like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I just have not gotten around to reading it, but man, I'd love to.
Time.
But like no, 13 Reasons Why. I adored that book. I took that book with me for a plane ride, and I finished the entire book on the plane ride. Like I ate through that shit. It was phenomenal. It was an amazing book. It had like amazing characterizations. It had like cause and action like situations, and it showed like the complexities of like, you know, like depressed thinking and suicidal ideation, and like the fact that it's not this one thing that happens to you that suddenly you want to die. It's this like complicated, nuanced like pattern of things that slowly snowballs into like a bunch of little things can get bad enough to get you to that point. And it was a fantastic writing book. And the TV show, I never watched it, like the whole thing. I watched like clips of the parts of it because I tried to watch it, and it was just horrible. I mean, it was horrid. They completely took away that entire premise and made it this like big concept of just like this one thing happened to me, and now here are all the people that are responsible for me choosing to die, and like visibly showing some of the most horrific things I've ever seen.
No warning.
No warning. And there, like, people talk about, okay, trigger warnings for everybody in chat right now. We're talking about 13 Reasons Why, and I'm going to talk about some absolutely rancid shit in terms of suicidal ideation, actions, and then also essay lightly.
Warning for my chat too.
Yeah, warning for everybody's chat. Warning for everybody listening. VOD watchers, that's you too, motherfuckers. But that show, it, first of all, the first season ended with the main character self-toastering, if you will, like ending her life in the most visual, visceral way possible.
They show it happening.
They show it happening. They show the character doing it.
I didn't watch the show, but everyone talked about it, so I know about it.
Well, okay, and you know what? You want to know the reason? The National Suicide Association, like, specifically says for media, if you're going to portray suicide on media, to not, A, don't show it, and B, don't glamorize it, right? That's, like, the most important things. I didn't watch this TV show, and the reason they say that kind of shit is because motherfuckers like me, who dealt with those kind of ideations and those kind of desires, will, if you hear that you can see it, will go seek it out and watch it. Just even, they're like, if they, you know, if people want to, like, don't want to get triggered, they won't watch it. No, that's the whole point, is we'll seek it out to look at it, because that's fucking part of the illness. Like, and it was horrific. And the reason it pisses me off so much, right, is that if that's how she had ended her life, like, for people who don't know, I can't even say this nicely on Twitch.
I'm just pointing to myself.
Yeah, she takes a sharp object to her arms. There you go. There's a nice way to say it.
Yeah, she
chills out in a bathtub and takes a sharp object to her arms. Okay.
Little slice.
Yeah, she does some self-surgerying. Okay. If that was how she did it in the book, maybe I could excuse that they were just trying to portray it accurately, but that literally wasn't even the way it was done in the book. They changed it to glamorize it for the visuals and make it better for the TV show.
I don't know what it was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be an overdose. She's supposed to take some pills and quietly slip away.
Aesthetic.
That's literally it. They literally decided her suicide should be more aesthetically pleasing for a TV show and more visually shocking, and changed it just to make it like more visually interesting. How fucking disgusting is that? That's sick. That's fucked up, man.
I feel like OD would have been like more visually pleasing anyways, because you could have just shown like the bottle, and you could have just shown like a hand. And
yeah, you can
like,
show the dramatic falling
sense.
to the floor. You can show the fucking hand, the empty pill, whatever. Like, there's visuals to that. You did not have to visually show the action of injuring yourself. That's so fucked. Okay, huge take on that one.
They took it out after many people complained, but it really shouldn't have been in there to begin with.
It is still actively available to watch.
I know it's available to watch, but I know in like the main version they cut the scene.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, they did one worse in the next season, and this is where the other TW comes into. Have you heard, Emily? Because I know you said you didn't watch it. I don't know if you kept up with the discourse of it. Did you hear about something called the bathroom scene?
I mean, the only bathroom scene I knew about was the one where she dies. So no.
Okay. I didn't know about it until I stumbled across some discourse on TikTok, where in the second season, now this isn't in the book, this was written for the second season, okay? I am going to be super light about the way I describe this, because people have said that watching it has given them, like, feelings of trauma, like, because it is just horrific to watch. It has been completely removed from the show. I struggled to find a full clip of it online, because of course I went and found it, because I'm that kind of person. And
I'm the same way, even though I'm not even like that. I just like seeing it because I'm fucking weird.
Yeah, no, I have a thing with like gruesome like interest. Like I used to watch Live League. Fuck it.
I like seeing it.
Right. I'm curious little bastard. This part wasn't even for me trying to self-trigger. This was literally just a curious little bastard moment.
That's like that one time you were like, don't look up that one person who like hit their head after a diving accident. I 100% looked at it.
Dude, it's such a cool video. Sorry. Anyways.
I 100% looked it up.
But anyways, so the bathroom scene in season 2 of the 13 Reasons Why, or maybe season 3, I don't remember, okay, is the reason I believe this show should be like penalized for even existing. It shows a character in a bathroom, right? It's one of the male characters gets attacked by 2 other male characters, okay? Like physically attacked. He gets his face smashed into a mirror and then into the sink or whatever, okay? And then they like throw him into one of the stalls like as like a swirly. If you've seen like swirlies in TV shows where they like dunk the character's head in the toilet, right? Haha, funny, okay? Except they also then show the characters taking a broom handle and putting it where the sun doesn't shine in that one character and like violently doing that action to him, and they show you. They show you.
I don't see why that's necessary.
They show like blood on the ground, and they
do they like show?
They don't show from the back end like the physical like insertion, but they
just show it.
They show from the front end like his face
really
and the people behind him.
That's really great.
It's horribly fucked up. I mean, I cannot believe that aired on television. Like,
I'm gonna make the wildest guess and say that's not in the book.
It's no.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a wild guess
because this is a season 2, season 3 aren't based off of the book. There is no book for these continued seasons. They just keep going because it got so popular.
Let's add Broom Boy and that'll really spruce up the views.
It's one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen added to a television show ever. I mean, who the fuck is like, that's what I'm gonna write into my TV show? That's what'll draw the audiences in.
The views are dropping. I think we need to do some drastic measures. Can someone grab me a broom? Wait a minute.
Guys, we gotta get the ratings up. Someone grab the fucking broom.
Get me my notebook. The guy who's writing season 2 looked at the janitor a little too long, and now we have this.
That's so fucked, bro. Oh my god.
Man, you're onto something. He's like, what the fuck do you mean?
The janitor walks past and he's like, I think I've got a plan, boys.
Man, My muse
God.
has sparked.
We're about to get renewed for a season 12. Fuck yo. Like, oh my god, that shit's fucked up, bro. But anyways, hot takes, 13 reasons why I shouldn't be allowed on television. And if you like it, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, like what you like, whatever.
I say, Xander, are you a do not interact if you like the 13 reasons why?
Nope, you can.
Series on TV?
I live with one of the people who enjoyed it from what I know, but like, it if you like it, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I cannot fathom why. That's more of my questioning is why. Why the fuck do you like that? I mean, pop off, I guess, but Jesus.
From what I've gathered, most people who like 13 Reasons Why that I know of are people who do not really go through that mental health issue.
Yeah, because then we're just a funny spectacle for everyone to watch on TV.
They're like, man, that's really deep.
It's really fun and interesting. It's like, yeah, thanks. I go to therapy for it.
That's deep.
Like, god damn it.
I am 13 and this is deep.
I am 13 and this broom handle is really making me question things. Like
that broom handle is really deep.
Oh, Emily, that's fucked up.
Listen, man. I've been serving for 2.5 hours.
No, I'm with you. Oh my god. That's fucking anyways, yeah.
Casper redeemed hydrates 15 minutes ago that I didn't redeem. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so I'll put water in my face.
I'm drinking a Coke. I don't have water.
I've got some water and I've got some coffee.
Who needs water when you could have pure sugar?
I've got pure sugar in my coffee. I think that counts. These vines were the worst idea I've ever had. Doing these makes me want to die. I don't know why I did these.
That truly seems like a you problem. I'm looking at your stream. Oh, was it on your watch list, Wicked?
Oh no, Wicked.
They removed it.
Oh,
she removed it, sorry.
But yeah, no, this is just... Ugh. Also, I've realized after zooming out that these vines are like really small, because this isn't a giant item. This is just a sword. Like, these are teeny tiny vines.
They're just delicate little guys.
They're just delicate little vines.
They're dainty.
It's really screwed with my sense of scale here.
They're dainty. There's some really skinny vines. That's fine.
There are. I'm also realizing I'm trying to zoom out to like the size that this item would be like printed out.
I was gonna say maybe there's a little too much detail, but that wasn't really my business.
There's nothing I can do about it. This is just the way I am. I've accepted my fate. Oh, cool stone. Instead of just listening to you talk about the scene, I just had to go watch it myself. Bad idea. Yeah, no, I warned you.
Coolstone really said, man, this sounds interesting. I want to go see.
I can't even blame you because I did the same thing. I did the same damn thing. No, I had some trouble finding it the first time I went looking for it. I can send you a link to it.
I'll find it.
Yeah, it's not hard to find if you do a little Googling.
I always do.
Holly says no such thing as too much detail. Are you sure? Because zoomed out to this size, it feels like it might be too much detail.
There is, in fact, a thing of too much detail. That is 100% a thing, especially in like tattoos or small charms.
Absolutely with tattoos. Everything just gets muddy and ugly and bad.
People are like, yeah, no, I want every single fucking birth flower of my entire family, but make it on my wrist and I want it one line. It's like, babe.
Yeah, I want the entire script of the B movie, but put it on the bottom of my foot. Like, eat my ass.
I want it on my palm. It's like, my queen, please get out of my shop.
Yeah, I need you to tattoo the entirety of New York's skyline on my index finger if you could.
If you miss a single building, I'm not paying you.
Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna cancel you on every social media platform. All right, these vines are getting stupid. I'm done. Now I just have to add fucking drop shadows on them.
What would it be without drop shadows?
Emily, please.
I watched it, but it didn't bother me, so I might be insane. I'm not like a person who gets really reacted to things. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, that's traumatizing. I wholeheartedly don't think I've ever watched something and been like, man, I'm traumatized just because I'm fucking edgy. But like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if like you've been essayed, like it's gonna be a little triggering.
Yeah, and that's really where it sits. Is like the essay, like the essay scene for me. I didn't have any trouble watching it, but that's because I've never had an experience like that. But I will say that the opposite, the suicide scene was viscerally, physically hard for me to watch because it's incredibly triggering for me and immediately makes me want to commit such actions because that is how I have a sickness. My brain works like that. And people really do not understand the concept of trigger warnings. That is what trigger warnings is supposed to be used for. You're not supposed to be out here like a trigger warning for this character that you might not like. That's not the point. Like
trigger warning. There's a candle in the scene.
Right.
It's not lit, but
no, trigger warnings are meant to be for people who are like genuinely struggling with certain ideologies and stuff, and showing those on a screen or talking about them will cause people to want to replicate those actions, and they will be triggered. That is what trigger warnings are for. They're not for like trigger warning Zuko. Like, no, shut up.
Trigger warning Soko. It's like, what's happening?
Exactly. Like, no, stop, please. I'm
get him off the screen.
Get him out.
I mean, like, I think. I do think that maybe if they weren't so fucking graphic, I think that talking about male SA is really important.
For sure.
Because it doesn't get discussed a lot in media, but maybe don't show it happening.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe don't show it. Like, talking about male SA is super important. 100% agree with you.
There's male SA in my comic, and you know what I did? I put a trigger warning on it, and it's not graphic.
Yeah, or maybe you can discuss it and not visually show it happening on screen.
Show the actual insertion of the object.
Right, like there's limits, boys. Like we gotta use our common sense here. I'm begging you. Like it's just wild.
Also for epilepsy, yes. Also for epilepsy.
Yeah, things. Yeah, absolutely. Things like epilepsy are absolutely
like
another
medical shit. Yeah.
Yeah. That is another thing. Like, trigger warnings are meant to be for something shown on screen,
actual life-threatening
that can trigger something. There is a huge difference between triggering something and getting triggered, because those things on the internet used to mean the same thing, and they straight up don't anymore. Like,
we're talking about a lot of topics.
We're currently talking about like. Triggering
we're talking
shit.
about 13 Reasons Why and like why it was bad.
Yeah.
Well, mostly Xander is because I haven't watched it, but
yeah, I'm just popping off over here, just yelling about it. But
we talked about morally gray characters. We talked about people hating sequels for them being sequels.
So true.
Like Legend of Korra and Monster High, shit like that.
Yeah. No, I don't know. This is like a whole issue for me. Like, because people saying like, oh, everybody gets triggered over everything now, makes it so hard to actually talk about like things that genuinely trigger people to like commit acts or trigger epilepsy or like trigger reoccurring situation. Like, like there's a goddamn difference.
Which is why I was one of those people where like in like middle and early high school when like middle school humor was really popular. People be like, oh my god, I'm so triggered. Like I'd always be like, no, you're not. Like I would try my best to like at least just. Like you're not triggered. You're just making fun of a word,
right?
Because you're upset.
You are not like nothing has been triggered in you. You are feeling triggered, and that is not like being triggered to be angry or being triggered of like being upset. That is not the same thing, and it frustrates me that those words have become like synonymous now. That's
like one of those examples of things where like people using the term wrong can actually be detrimental.
100%. It's so annoying.
Even why I'm cautious now to use certain terms for like neurodivergencies, but like it's different if you're not like claiming it as a fucking different thing.
Right. And there's also like there's certain levels of like it like somebody saying that like there I don't know, I can't think of an example right off the top of my head, but like there's certain levels of things that like really aren't that damaging. If people want to say like, oh, I've been really like hyperfixated on this thing right now, that like sure, it can be damaging because you're really underplaying how serious that is. But also if you really have been like hyper focused in on this thing for a while and you really like been really into it or whatever, like I'm not going to be the person to be like, oh, are you diagnosed with autism? Then you can't say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like examples of like stuff that isn't one of those is like obviously like the impulsive intrusive stuff. Like I remember I saw in a video of like a girl being like, nothing quite hits like being called racist because my intrusive thoughts make me fear black people because I'm OCD. People are like, what are you fucking racist? It's like, it's intrusive for a reason, my guys.
Intrusive thoughts are literally defined as the thoughts that your ego fears most. It's the things you would rather die than think.
OCD is a disorder that is about fear of change and liking patterns and liking things to be the way you want. So if a black person is different from you, obviously it's going to trigger something internally.
Like
people don't want to be there.
Yeah, and in intrusive thoughts, I feel like people really forget. Intrusive thoughts are they're called intrusive, and they're literally built off of anti-ego. As in, like, whatever the worst possible thing you could possibly think of is what your brain will think. It's the same reason that like shit like Tourette's, when you have like the Tourette's that makes you speak or whatever, they're
or
often
like slurs.
Yeah, those are the ones that make you speak are often intrusive thoughts. That's why if you're standing in an airport, you're gonna scream bomb or you're gonna scream slurs at people.
It's like when Sweet Anita got canceled because she said the N-word.
Yeah.
But she has Tourette's, and she like now like you'll see her like in terms like physically like holding herself back.
Yeah, because it's literally intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Like intrusive thoughts will make you think about things that you would rather die than think about. Like that's kind of the entire definition of the disorder. Or the symptom, or whatever the fuck.
Like, yeah, she said a slur, but she also didn't fucking mean to.
Yeah, it wasn't.
She quite literally could not prevent it.
Yeah, it wasn't her saying it. It's the Tourette's that says it, and you just kind of have to fucking deal with that. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I hate when people say their intrusive thoughts made them dye their hair. Yeah, if that's what the trend on TikTok has been, is talking to people like that.
I remember I said my impulsive thought, and someone was like, "Thank you." It's like,
yeah,
Please don't praise me for that.
No, man, I'm gonna start praising people for it because maybe people will get enough praise and will actually fucking do the right thing.
People do on TikTok all the time. If someone says impulsive, they're like, "Thank you so much for saying impulsive and not intrusive."
It sucks that we have to fucking thank people to just do the proper thing. But like,
and a lot of times it does come from genuine ignorance, and I'm sure if people said like, "Hey, just FYI, it's not intrusive, it's impulsive," they will correct themselves. It's the people that are like, "No, I don't. I'm gonna stick with intrusive. I like that word better."
Right. And admittedly, I think one of the things that also like baffles me is people like talking about if I gave in to my impulsive thoughts, I'd dye my hair, but if I gave in to my intrusive thoughts, I'd kill somebody. It's like that's still not what intrusive thoughts are, because you're not giving into them. The whole point of having an intrusive thought is it's something that you would rather die than do.
Impulsive thoughts you do.
Yeah, impulsive thoughts is like the urge to do something. Intrusive thoughts, maybe your brain is like, man, you should do this thing, but you're immediately disgusted by it. That's the point of them. Like, you're not supposed to be like, oh man, if I gave in to this, like, you're gonna what? Like, essay a child? What the fuck are you, like, hello?
Tell a black person and call them a slur on the street.
Right. Like, you gonna fucking Shane Dawson a cat? The fuck are you talking about? Like,
Dawson a cat. Like, wild.
It's just fucking out of pocket, man. You're not giving in to your intrusive thoughts. Like,
you're like actively holding back from murdering your best friend and their dog.
Yeah,
like, if you're not what's going on here.
If you're ever at a point where you're like, oh man, I'm having so much trouble not giving in to my intrusive thoughts.
I'm restraining myself.
Like, bro, see a therapist. Hello?
If you're like convulsing because you desperately want to go jump out a window, like that's my friend, that is in fact not normal.
No, it's not. And admittedly, actually, which is really funny, the jumping out a window one specifically is an impulsive thought that I have, because I have I have suicidal ideation situation where like my brain always wants to die, but I don't want to. So like,
but what if I jump out a window right
dude,
now?
My worst one is, and there's a reason I drive everywhere, is because if I'm sitting in the passenger side of a car, my brain is always like, bro, roll the window down and jump out. Dude, jump right now. You could roll this, like you could fit out the window. I was like, stop, please.
You're like a dog.
I'm like a dog off a leash.
Like, man, this concrete's looking real fucking delectable right now.
Wicked, I can't say it out loud. If you need to know what Shane Dawson did to a cat, you're gonna have to Google it, man.
My friend.
My brother in Christ.
My brother in Christ.
Google it
on any Google platform and just say Shane Dawson cat. I'm sure you'll find it.
You'll figure it. I'm sorry. I literally can't. I will not say it on stream. I'm sorry.
He did some unspeakable things to
Wicked said I refuse. And Cat said go on incognito.
Unspeakable things to his feline friend.
He got a little too friendly with the feline.
He got a little too close with his feline.
Wicked said I'll live in ignorance. Do it in a private tab.
Incognito mode. No. Your fucking Google search for Shane Dawson's cat.
Please.
It's not that big of a deal.
Oh God.
I mean, yes, it is, but like everyone knows about it, so no one's gonna be like, "Oh my God, they're looking that up." Like no one gives a fuck.
Right. Okay, duplicate that. Oh wait, no, hang on. I want to copy that. Undo, 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 undo. Hit, paste.
Speaking of Shane Dawson,
Why are
how
we
the
speaking
fuck
of
is-
Shane Dawson?
how the fuck is Jeffree Star coming back?
Again?
How is this
Bitch is coming back?
Yes!
Oh,
Yes! People are talking about him again. It's like, how does he keep
Stop.
worming his... He just went on the news saying they, them pronouns are stupid. Like, what's
oh
going
my
on
god,
here?
I'm so
What's
tired.
happening? Jeffrey, please!
Jeffrey, get the fuck off of the internet. No one wants you here.
You used to go by all pronouns. What's happening here?
I'm fucking tired as fuck.
Jeffrey regressed. He owned a ranch for too long, and now he's a Republican.
No, he got Republicanized. Fuck that bitch.
The cows turned him.
I'm gonna start like going like radical on people and just like if you hate on a certain type of pronoun, I'm just gonna only refer to you by that pronoun from now on. Like I'm just gonna go complete radical like lawful bad. I'm gonna go lawful evil.
The radical left.
Yeah, I'm going radical left. Be like, oh, they them pronouns are dumb. Oh, really? Guess what? You just got they them, bitch. You are now they them only in my mind. Like, and I know like normally like my thought is always like even if people are bad, no one deserves to get misgendered, you know? I don't like Caitlyn Jenner. I'm still gonna call her a she because she's a woman.
I'm not gonna he him or
no, because she's a fucking woman and I'm not gonna refer to her as anything other than that. But also, Jeffree Star, fuck you. You're a they them now, bitch. I've took your fucking pronouns. Eat ass.
Congrats, King.
I'm gonna start he-himming Joanne at this point.
Joanne, I'm really happy for your transition. You really pass really easily.
So proud of him.
So much like a woman. You're doing really good.
Yeah, start referring to them like they're not. Oh my, like Joanne's a trans woman.
Joanne, you passed so well. When did you get your bottom surgery?
Man, yeah, your breast implants are they're realistic.
They look really nice.
Well,
They look good for your age.
Yeah,
they
who
look
was your
really good.
surgeon? Refer me.
Joanne, can you drop the surgeon?
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
Was your surgeon's name Kingsley Shacklebolt, perhaps? Like, what the fuck?
Don't fucking bring Shacklebolt into this, please.
Damn names. When I was reading those books, I did not realize how sus that name was.
I didn't even catch it when I read them. I literally, I had to go look up that people were joking.
I saw it on TikTok. I knew his name was Kingsley Shacklebolt, but I was like, that's a cool name. And I'm like, wait a damn minute.
I straight up didn't remember that name being there. I had to Google that.
I remembered it because it was so unique.
Fucking wild ass shit. People really be fucking brave.
I tolerated Cho Chang because that could maybe be a name. But Kingsley Shacklebolt.
Not Kingsley Shacklebolt. Fucked up, man. That shit's sick in the head. We could just spit out of their water.
Serona Ryan.
Good lord.
A new trans character in the Harry Potter games.
I'm gonna kill myself.
You don't like Serona. To be fair, I think the Serona Ryan joke was a little bit out of pocket because Serona is in fact a name, but
yeah.
I see why people were mad about it.
I made a whole thing in middle school for
Serona.
Oh god. No, I was reading Dawn saying I made a whole thing in middle school for evidence and a conspiracy theory for her being a trans woman. You're doing God's work.
Should. Maybe she's just really insecure.
Yeah.
And doesn't want people to find out.
Let's go back to that really old rhetoric of like everybody who's like transphobic or whatever is just secretly trans. Let's go back to that. If
it's the closet is made out of glass.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The Nile is a river in Egypt, ass.
And people. I'm drowning, motherfucker.
I'm so incredibly wet. Wait a minute.
Oh god.
Ruh-roh. Sorry, I made a wet joke and I had to backtrack.
No.
I'm turning into you on my streams.
Oh, are you?
I'm just speaking what you usually say in my own chat.
See, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do the hard work, you know.
I already made a joke about the broom.
No, please. It was a good joke, admittedly.
Why is Glass Animals playing? That's not my fucking streaming playlist. Oh, that's gonna get muted. Oopsies.
Rose.
Why does it always play? I don't understand. Play the streaming playlist.
Oh, is it like maybe like the streaming playlist like ran out and it's just like going wild?
Yeah, but usually it just stops. Like it doesn't play anything.
It's got a mind of its own today.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck. Oh no, it's gonna beat my VOD of me talking about nonsense. That sucks.
R.I.P.
You can't just start misgendering them because they fundamentally believe that trans people aren't trans. It's not calling them out on hypocrisy because they believe that misgendering them and misgendering a trans person are different things. There's no trying to reason with people like that.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm not trying to reason with them. I'm just gonna start making fun of them. And I know fully well that that's not the proper response to anything, and nor will it fix anything. But honestly, at this point, I don't fucking care, and I'm tired of doing things properly, and I'm tired of the correct way of addressing fucking shit. Sometimes I'm just fucking mad, and I'm just fucking angry. And if I want to say that I just want to fucking make fun of her for fun, I'm going to, because fuck her. Is that morally wrong? Yeah. Do I care? No. I'm tired of doing things the right way sometimes. Let me be pissy. I'ma be pissy.
He's really good at being pissy.
I'm real fucking good at being pissy. I'm the piss boy.
Piss boy.
I hope that goes down as my legacy.
Piss boy.
Fucking piss boy, man. Is that enough shadows? Have I had enough shadows? There's too many shadows at this point. I'm getting.
There's quite possibly more than enough shadows.
These are getting out of hand. And I
hate water.
I don't even want to fucking keep doing this, but I have to. These vines aren't done. I wanted to add like leaves and shit.
I don't think it needs them.
Oh, Emily.
If you add too much shit, it's gonna look messy as hell.
Are the vines even worth it? Let's go back here, Kat. I think
the vines are cool. I just don't think they need leaves because I think the leaves are gonna take away from the silhouette too much. I also think that if the leaves are too similar in color, it's gonna block the detail.
I'm flipping between the two, and chat / Emily, if you can see me, I need to know: are the vines even worth it? Do you? If I was selling this as a charm, would you prefer it with or without the vines?
I would need to see it as a charm. I do like the vines, but I don't think it needs leaves.
Okay. What about flowers? Because I wanted to add like teeny tiny flowers on it, like not like big ones.
I think it really depends on the color, but I think it might distract from the sword. But you can always do like multiple versions.
True. Because I really want to because like the whole point of like the chaos blades, right, is like, yeah, sorry about the flashbang. Sorry, I went 1 2 over to the fucking white screen. The whole point of like drawing it with the vines and wanting to add flowers is like the chaos blades get left behind after the first games because it's supposed to be Kratos like denouncing like the life that he lived before and like the horrible things that was being chained to these. And so he literally left them underground, like buried. And like I wanted to show like nature like reclaiming them.
Yeah, you could do like 2 versions. You could do like a non like an active and a non-active version.
True. I could draw one with like the vines and the flowers, and the other one I could have the like symbols. Yeah, I could have the symbols they use as like lit up and like have like a little bit more like blood splatter on the edges of it to show like.
Obviously it depends on how expensive it would be, but like you could just do 2 versions.
Yeah. What if I sold these as earrings and you could have one on each ear, like the vine one and the fucking bloody one? That'd be such a cute idea. I would wear the shit out of that. They'd be big earrings, though.
I mean, who cares? Who gives a fuck?
You know what I could do? Oh my god. Okay, wait. Chatters, hang on. View my face over here, chatters. I have these. These would be way expensive to print out, but I have like these, okay? That are like these printouts. Oh god, my fucking... Hang on, I'm gonna turn my light so it doesn't do this glare. This is like a Dobby... fucking like charm, so it'd be like this, but when you turn it the other way, it's a different image. Obviously this one is Dobby clothed and Dobby not clothed, so like it could be like this, but I could do this for those. Like I could do like one side with add like the vines and like the flowers, and then the other side could be like bloody and like whatever. Like, what do you think? I think that would be a cool idea. That would be, again, way more expensive to print out, but a really fucking cool idea. I'm trying to not give a shit too much about how expensive they are to produce because I want to make quality art and I don't want to, like, be like, oh, that'll be too expensive to sell. I'm just going to do it the easy way because then I'm not going to sell any because they're going to be fucking mid. That would be so cool. Also, sir, why do you have that? Because Dobby is hot. Do you need a better explanation? I had to choose that one to show you because I couldn't show you the other one that I have of Hawks because that one will get me in trouble on Twitch. Oh, whoops, that's my gameplay. We're watching Emily stream on accident. I meant to switch back to my iPad. There we go. And no. Hello, I am here now. Hello, Jack. Emily, you did say it depends on what color the flowers are. Do you have like a recommendation?
Nothing super light, but also nothing the same shade or darker than the sword. Honestly, I'd say like a light yellow, or else it's going to be too many colors. Maybe light blue, but I wouldn't do anything else.
Okay.
Purple would distract too much from the yellow, I think. And I think red would be a little bit too bright.
So see, my original concept was to do red because then it would be like the red of the flowers or the red of the blood. But I feel like,
I mean, you could do that too. That would be cool. But like, red's hard to make subtle.
True. Oh, Wicked said we could do like light blue forget-me-nots.
I was gonna say like those like little guys, but they are in fact forget-me-nots.
I have to Google what a forget-me-not looks like, admittedly.
They're just like little dots.
Oh, these are cute. They're little like blue and yellow. Bet. I'll go with little forget-me-nots. Fantastic idea, Wicked. I have to head off now. No worries, Dawn. Thanks for being here. We'll do some little forget-me-nots. I think that's a cute idea. Do forget-me-nots grow on vines? No. Do I care? No. Fuck you.
Ollie says Dobby is hot, not the anime character, but the Harry Potter guy.
Based take, Ollie.
I was still on the Harry Potter train. I thought you said Dobby. Ollie did. Which MHA character is the hottest, and why is it Kurogiri? I don't know who that is.
Kurogiri? Why him? You have a very specific take.
I'm gonna Google him.
I'm gonna pull it up from my chat. Kurogiri's the fucking dude who doesn't have a face. He's got like a void head. That's what I was gonna say. It's fucking. It's fucking.
Of course, that's who Voracious likes. That is just the epitome of a Destiny villain.
Yeah, dead ass. Okay, here, chat for
I'm
reference.
not making fun of you. It's just very much so.
For reference, there you go, chatters. This is who Voracious is talking about. This is Kurogiri. Fucking. No, don't say no, chat, no, don't say gender. He has a face? No, he has a void that has eyes. I mean, taste, that's valid.
Voracious says, look up The Witness and you'll see the similarities.
I'm pulling up The Witness.
I'm assuming that's another Destiny character.
Is that the character you draw all the time?
The Witness. I'm sure it's the same bitch. Oh, it's giving me a game.
Oh yeah, it's giving me a game. Oh, Destiny 2?
Yeah, that's just the same bitch.
This is the same bitch. Hang on.
That's the same guy.
This is the same bitch. Same person.
Man with weird head and armor. That's the same guy.
Man with weird head and tall neck.
And very long neck.
Just so much neck. Alex is really into the neck.
It's giving my old drawings because I used to draw characters with such long necks.
Yeah, I'm not much better considering I do think Dobby is attractive, and that dude is literally a rotting flesh corpse.
I used to see it, but I've heard more about his actual personality, and he's not vibing with me.
Oh, he's rancid. Absolutely fucking rancid.
People are like, he'd treat me like, I'm like, I don't think he would. I've never even watched the show, but I really don't think that he would treat you well, babe.
No, he wouldn't treat anybody right. I fucking absolutely not at all. But also, you know?
I'm a very personality-based person.
As you should be. I don't care
how hot you are, if I don't like your especially if you're a dude. The dudes have a higher standard. If you're a man and you have a bad personality, there's no chance. I don't care how hot you are. There's no chance. A hot woman? Maybe. Hot man? No. I can forgive Katra. I cannot forgive Dobby.
I don't forgive Dobby, and I have nothing. I also don't want to date him. I just think he's physically attractive, and that's literally the start and end of it.
The only characters that would treat me right are mine and Emily's OCs. Xander's are on thin ice.
Xander's are on thin ice!
Xander's specifically are on thin ice.
You know what? You're entirely right. Except for Jace, who
Yeah.
would absolutely treat you right.
Cypress got you. Don't even worry about it.
I'm gonna be honest. She's got a point. You and her characters, I fully believe would treat me right in any situation.
It's because I refuse, unless I'm actively trying to make them a villain. I refuse to make men that are bitches.
Listen, I like having.
Why would I do that when I could make them nice?
I like having characters who are complex, and sometimes complex means being a bad person.
I mean, I write character, like, I have men who, like, I wouldn't be friends with in real life, but, like, they aren't bad people. Like Dane, I wouldn't like his ass in real life, but I mean, he's a dude who has a personality. It's just not one that I like.
Valid.
But he sure exists.
Like,
and he would do his best.
Yeah, I don't have much ice to stand on here. Some of my characters are just bad people.
Even my nicest characters, unless they are meant to be villains, I try and make them somewhat redeemable.
Yeah, I feel like most of my characters would at least try to treat you right. If all of them would succeed, couldn't tell you.
Arya.
Listen.
Nadea.
Listen.
Who else? I was gonna say one, but that's a spoiler.
Okay, listen. Listen.
I can't say that one. Oops.
Wow.
He sure does try.
He tries.
He does pretty good.
He's trying. No.
Yeah, I mean, Embry's fine. I don't really know Lucas or Star or whoever the fuck else very much because you don't talk about him.
I struggle to
they're
talk.
Fine. Embry would be okay. They'd get a little bit antsy, but that's cool. Overall, they're not terrible. No.
Ali, I want to know which characters you're specifically talking about being on thin ice because I'm curious now. I get Emily's perspective.
Never settle for less than my male OCs. Ladies never settle.
No, so true. Ollie's OCs have raised my expectations for men. Like
even like mine are like Cypress is a little mature, but like he tries.
For sure.
Like, Kieran's great.
Kieran is fantastic. If I cannot both be and be with Milan, I don't want it.
Milan has the same problems with Cypress where he's like not really super good at commitment, but like
neither am I, brother. It's okay.
Everyone's got some flaws.
Right. I'm not coming into the relationship perfect. It's okay if you're not too.
I'm not coming into the relationship at all, so I just write everyone idealized. If it's not realistic, I don't care.
Based.
My entire book that I'm writing right now is one character idealizing the other one, and then she realizes not to do that.
She realizes maybe a bad idea. Maybe
I shouldn't idolize this person just because they happen to be pretty and perfect.
They happen to be perfect, but maybe I shouldn't.
And they're not perfect.
Well, a character isn't perfect? A gasp?
In BioCs, I mean Boreas and just... What's going on?
What is happening?
My developed characters would treat you right according to what they consider right. That is not a good sign. Which isn't usually the best for which usually isn't the best for most people. I gotta name my OCs better. I'm so sorry.
Oh god.
I think Boreas is fine.
Yeah,
I think Miwan has slightly more problems than Cypress does. I think Miwan's a little bit more I'm gonna go actively try and kill myself on most days, but
yeah, but I'm down. I vibe. You feel me? You know, I can't expect perfection if I can't give it, so I'm not really one to talk here.
Ollie says, also Xander, there isn't really any specific OC of yours that's on thin ice. You just tend to write very flawed characters. She writes very in capitals, which is very much a good thing in parentheses. So no specific characters, just a habit of yours.
Yeah, that's valid.
A statistical likelihood, if you will. God, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah. No, it is true. I do write my characters.
Are my characters boring? Maybe, but at least they treat you right.
I don't think your characters are boring in any circumstance. I just think
Some of them are.
Yeah, we're back to the morally gray situation. I write almost entirely morally not good or bad characters. I write morally questionable people. Christmas tree core. What in the world are we talking about Christmas tree core for? You better not be referring to my drawing. I'll riot. There's nothing Christmas tree about this. I'm drawing forget-me-nots, bro.
I love festivities. This isn't a good look after saying that my OCs won't treat you well. I swear I'm not a masochist. Alex, you're defending yourself really heavily for no one who accused you of being a masochist.
Alex, I'm specifically accusing you of being a masochist, and I'm also supporting it. I am both accusing you and in support of this.
Man, I have needed to piss for like 2 hours.
Oh god, go piss.
Nah.
Okay. I've also realized I've done something wrong. My sword is outlined. I'm outlining my flowers. My vines are not outlined.
Please don't outline them. I don't think they need it.
I just realized that's why they look so weird. They're not outlined. That's what was throwing me off.
Always says, I write men that I want to date. They gotta treat people well. I don't write morally great characters because I'm not brave enough. That's fair.
You don't have to be brave enough to, like, this is the same thing as like soft building versus hard world building. You're not a better writer if you write morally gray characters. You're not like a more competent or more fucking whatever writer because your characters are morally gray or morally complicated. That literally does not define a good character, and it definitely doesn't define a good author.
It goes on like that whole book talk thing of like, if the male love interest isn't morally gray, I don't want him. It's like, it can be your preference, but let's not go shitting on books with a good guy. I'm telling you, book talk is slowly killing literature. I hate book talk.
And
I
like,
hate it so much.
I know that's a dramatic ass take.
I don't even read that much, and it still gets on my fucking.
It pisses me off. They have the worst fucking takes.
If I see a Colleen Hoover book one more time.
Oh my god, fuck that shit.
My friend just bought a Colleen Hoover book, and I'm like, girl, what's going on?
Don't you mean bought like 700 of them?
She only bought one. She bought like the most popular one.
Oh, are we talking a different friend?
No, I'm not talking about that friend. Which she also has talked to me, and she doesn't really want to read those anymore because she doesn't like them. But
because I was gonna say,
I'm talking about a different friend.
Specific person has like read every single one of her books.
She was really she admitted she was really biased, and she was like she almost like hyped up so much that she liked it, and then she like reread it. She's like, man, this is kind of weird. But one of my friends that you don't know bought a Colleen Hoover, and I'm like, oh no. Oh,
also I have a first time chatter. Hello, mate. Happy Monday to you as well.
But even like I was talking to said friend who has a bunch of Colleen Hoover books about like the Throne of Glass series and about ACOTAR, and even she was like, yeah, they kind of seem weird. And I'm like, yeah, I was hearing one of my old co-workers talk about the Throne of Glass series, and it just sounded so belittling to women.
From what I've heard, the Throne of Glass series is just actual trash.
I've heard so much like shitty things that could actually be really cool concepts, but they're just done in a bad way. Like, one of the characters is supposedly like this really badass, like mean girl, but she's tamed by a man who's able to calm her down. It's like, she doesn't need to be fucking calmed down.
Fucking get your fucking fingers off of women. I'm begging you.
You don't need to be with a dude.
It's fucking exhausting.
Single woman is not allowed.
She's got to be tamed.
They have to be tamed by a dude, or like it has to be some kind of enemies to lovers. Low-key, book talk has made me hate enemies to lovers.
Which is so sad because I love enemies to lovers.
It's such a good trope if it's done well, but no one on fucking book talk does it well because they always make like the male character just outright abusive or the female character outright abusive.
Right. Like fucking enemies to lovers is not supposed to be two people who vehemently hate each other. Like,
you guys banter. Just make them fucking like each other at least a little bit. You can't make them despise each other.
Even if you do, you can't fix it by like just being like like having like a hate fuck. That's not enemies to lovers.
His dick was really good, so now I guess he's fine.
He's morally gray because his dick fat. Like, hello?
He traumatized me and called me a whore, but at least he had good cock. Like, that's not how we deal with our trauma, ladies. That's not how we fix things, babe.
Like, oh my god.
Honestly, yeah, like, I don't even trust people who are like, I love enemies to lovers anymore, because I know damn well that it's probably going to be one of those terrible stories.
I was just talking about this to a fucking roommate, because one of my favorite tropes that I have only ever seen in fan fiction, I've literally never seen it anywhere else, and I think it's a shame.
Yeah, Alex, it's book talk, not book talk. It's TikTok books.
Yeah, the
basically.
TikTok side of books.
The TikTok books.
Yeah, no, my fucking pet peeve is not pet peeve. One of my favorite fucking tropes that I've only ever seen in fan fiction, which is a frustration of mine, is the hero and the villain like falling in love and like getting married and having kids and like having that moment where they're like sitting down and like the hero is telling stories to the kids of like this big bad villain I fought, and it's adorable because it's just dad is the big bad villain, like, and it turns out that he wasn't a big bad villain or whatever. Like, I love enemies to lovers when it's actually done properly and isn't just, yeah, we abusively hate fucked and now we're a couple.
And now I want to marry this man.
Right. Cock fat, so I'm in love. Like, excuse me?
Cock's so fat.
It's just ridiculous. You can do better.
Ollie and I had a point about talking about book talk before, because I've talked about it on before. The problem with a lot of stories nowadays, and honestly in general, it's not like a new thing, but like, there's a difference between a book character and an OC. And a lot of times book characters are so unfathomably undeveloped to the point where they're just boring self-inserts.
So
it's
true.
the reason why so many like female protagonists in those book talk books are just so boring, because they don't have personality, because they're meant to be, oh, well, the reader fills in their personality.
Deadass. They're YAs or YNs.
Or their personality is just badass girl uses a sword once and then she never uses it again because she just has the man save her and fuck her sometimes. Like,
yeah,
their personality either gets eliminated immediately or it's so incredibly basic that you can just fill in the blanks, and it sucks.
Yeah, no, it's legitimately, it's the current style of writing is legitimately just like YN insert fix, but for the general public.
Yeah. And like, I understand if that's what you want to read, fucking go for it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no.
I just wish that it wasn't so normalized to just make the female character, like, I see so many girlies that are like, oh my god, like, that would make such a good book, and it's just like someone just like talking about like the most basic concept of like a fae girl and then like a dragon boy or whatever the fuck. It's like, come on, guys. There's already 5 of those. I'm sure you could find one. I don't mean to be this person, and I'm about to say this in the most mean way possible, and chatters, take it with lightheartedness, okay? No, your most recent fantasy wouldn't make a good book. You're not built to be an author, and stop fucking trying. Jesus Christ. That is not for everybody in here, and that is not for the people who are like, oh man, I want to write, like that kind of shit. But if you're, it's for the girlies that are like, I want to make a fae protagonist. It's like, babe,
it's for the girlies who are like, oh my god, the alpha found me and now I'm being mated by 4 or 5 of his fucking shut the fuck up. I want a book for the girls. It's like, babe, I love you. There's already many books for the girls. You want werewolf porn. You don't want a book for the girls.
Just go on Wattpad at this point.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure there's probably better written shit on AO3 and Wattpad.
Dead ass. Also, Wicked.
I'm not shaming your kinks. I'm not shaming the kinks. I'm just shaming
have your kinks.
Choice of books. I'm just shaming the book choices.
Yes, I'm not shaming your kinks. I'm shaming the poorly written books that come out of them. Stop writing your kinks into books. That is for fan fiction. Go get a life.
Ollie, who else did you write for besides the ladies? You write for yourself. The target audience of your stuff is you, babe.
So true. It's also me, but also I need to just quickly address
not in a mean way.
All of the people in my chat who were like, oh, for a moment, or like Wicked was like, oh, me saying you're not meant to be an author is not for you. Wicked, it is not at you.
Wicked, I'm writing 2 books right now, babe.
Yeah.
If it's fine. Am I good at writing? Not really, but it's fun.
Unless Wicked, you are currently writing a werewolf erotica, in which
Wicked,
case, please stop.
I would say the werewolf fic is totally up my alley.
If you are writing a werewolf fanfic, please stop, and also send it to me. But please stop. I'm kidding.
Lava Girl and Shark Boy spin-off, Fey Girl and Dragon Boy. That's every single YA. It's every single one. Every single one. I think they should hate each other, but exaggerate it in a comedic sense. Yeah, they can hate each other, but it's not like genuine fucking hatred and abuse.
Yeah, no. Completely agreed. If it's Stockholm syndrome, it's not enemies to lovers.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I have a fair share of truly nice and good characters, so with my current ones, I'm letting them be shitty and unlikable and absolutely riddled with flaws, and it's really fun. I've never write characters this insufferable, and I love it. They're the worst. It's fun to write bad characters.
I love it. I love it so much.
Book talk, for explanation, is basically a genre on TikTok where there's a lot of really popular series that have gotten popular because girls want smut in writing.
Girls want eroticas.
So it's just really popular books that everybody talks about on Book Talk that are kind of mid, but are really popular because they got popular on TikTok.
Yep, that's the
summary. There are some good ones, but the most popular ones tend to be bad.
Yeah.
Oops. And I don't like using the word bad, because I don't think anything is inherently terrible. It's just, they're a little bit overrated, I should say. Not bad. I don't like calling anything inherently bad unless it's, like, actually offensive. They're overrated.
Yeah, I guess that's a nicer way to say it. I personally believe there is, like, subjectively good and bad art. There's not objectively good and bad, but there is subjective. And from my subjective term...
Just because they're not my genre doesn't mean that I don't want to call them bad. They're just not what I would read. And I think that they're too popular for what they are.
And I totally am with you on that one. Also, I'm making all these flowers a little bit bigger because I drew them and they're really cute, but they're really tiny, so I'm making them a little bit bigger.
Popular is not equal good. I feel like that's a common take, but yeah.
Yeah, popular has never been
now. Good night. No problem, Casper. Thanks for coming in and laughing at Book Talk and saying that you're the target audience for Ollie.
Very true.
But why be an author when you can be God? Laughs in DM. That's a common thing.
Felt.
Ollie says it's really deeply comical how true that is, in terms of her being her own target audience.
Yeah, but okay.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, that's legitimately, and as weird as it is to say, that's legitimately one of the first pieces of advice you will get if you go into writer workshops, is that all of your writing should be done that you are the target audience. Because if you're not enjoying writing it and you are not enjoying it reading it, no one else will fucking like it. If you are not your target audience, what the fuck are you writing? Like, it's a huge piece of advice that people just miss.
Yeah. Oh, Alex, we already talked about the plot holes and the midness of Harry Potter. Don't even worry about it. Grace has brought up Harry Potter and how it's mid. We already talked about it.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
We talked about what we liked, but we also talked about things that are bad.
Yeah, but he's absolutely right, and that is one of those things that, like, crazy popular, mid quality, totally fine.
Yeah.
Also, Cats, I see your commentary on you like it better without the flowers. Totally valid. Thank you for your input. Not mean at all. But I am going to dismiss your opinion because I like it better with the flowers because it has meaning because they're forget-me-nots, and the whole point is that he's meant to forget this blade and leave behind, like, the trauma that came with it. So totally vibe with your opinion. Not mean at all. I encourage opinions, but also I like it, so I'm gonna leave it. That's all.
Me with any critique.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna take it, but thanks for trying, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people. I'm 100% down for critique and opinions always, but also if I don't agree, I just won't care.
Please don't tell me what you don't like about it. Please don't.
See, and I've gotten very used to it. The only thing I didn't like is, I don't know if I think we talked about this. If you remember, like, the earlier days of me doing art streams,
people actively demanding you to do shit.
Yeah, there was like this. There's like when I was doing like fan art, and I'm gonna be real, it was the worst when it was fucking Dream Team fan art, and I only did one of those.
Why did you draw them like that? Because I wanted to.
I don't give a fuck. Horrendous. People would be like, you should be doing it that way. It would look better. And I'd be like, actually, I think I want to do this. And they're like, why is it like that? It doesn't look good. And I'm like, you're just being assholes. You're like, you're not giving an opinion. You're being a dick. I simply
and utterly did not ask.
Yeah, there's a difference between like what Kat did and just be like, hey, I prefer it better this way. And I'm like, hey, thank you for your opinion. That's a really nice way to say it. Or somebody just being like, I fucking hated this. It's like, cool, shut the fuck up. Like, I stopped doing art streams for a while because people were just mean, dude.
I haven't gotten like genuine hatred, but I have people been like, why does it look like that? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just how it looks. And they're like, oh, okay.
I hate that. My mom does that shit to me, and it pisses me off so much.
Why is their hair that color? I don't know.
Yeah, I showed, hang on, I can pull it up on my stream. I showed my mom a like fucking self-portrait I had done for art fight, because I do like a self-portrait for art fight every year, right? Let me see if I can find the old one.
This is why I just don't show my mom things. She's supportive. I just don't show her anything.
I don't either anymore.
Same with my dad. And that's like, I want to see more of your art. Dad, you literally said, he's actually very supportive. He's very nice. But in the past, he does not like tattoos or hair dye. He has recently loosened up a bit, and he told me, I don't care if you get tattoos, just don't get them on your face and hands, which I wasn't planning on anyways. Right. But he has loosened up a lot. He kind of has to.
Yeah, right.
I gave his son a tattoo, and I am a tattoo artist. But
kind of got to deal with it, man.
But he hated hair dye growing up, so I never dyed my hair. Well, I did. He called it white trash, but I still did it. I did like streaks. I did not like highlights, but I did like a streak in the front, like a raccoon stripe.
Yeah.
I remember I did a piece of art where the girl had like a blue ombre, so she had like brown hair, and then she had like brown roots, and then her hair was blue, and he was like, I like that, but I feel like she'd look better with brown hair. I was like, I like it with the blue. He's so ingrained with the anti-hair dye, even the drawings with blue hair were not allowed.
It's just not allowed.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I've pulled up, so this is 2 years ago. Art Fight is the...
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and personally, I really want to redo this drawing nowadays, because looking at it, I mean, I can see the goals, but wow, it's not good, especially if you get in close on this face. Ooh, man, it is not good. Look at those eyelashes, brother. They're fucking...
What do you mean? You don't like the pixel ass eyelashes?
Oh my god, each one is like 6 pixels. It's fucking... This is a horrendous drawing.
How small was your canvas?
I didn't know to change my canvas size back then, so this is just base size.
My man is doing pixel art.
Dead ass. This is some tragic fucking art, man. This is... Everything about it is just really kind of rancid. I mean... I don't want to talk about that belly button, but this was like the most vulnerable art I had done. Because like these are my boxers. I own a pair of these boxers, and that is my binder. I own that binder. Like I just drew myself in my fucking underwear and was like, yeah, no, this is cool.
When you drew that, I was like, when I really first met you, and I was like, yeah, that looks pretty accurate.
Yeah, and like I've got my tattoos. I've got my little stupid mushroom and my little fucking compass on my thigh, and my little fox tattoo I've got going on that I keep forgetting I have sometimes, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have this on my arm. But it's cool because my art has evolved a lot, and I would love to redo this. Ollie says I was so impressed with this, I couldn't believe you drew that. Aw. Yeah, I cannot wait to redo this. I should redo this like soon. This should be like the next thing my next big art project to be trying to redo this.
Yeah, the mushroom's pretty accurate. The shitty little blue ink mushroom is pretty accurate, she says. Hey,
purple ink mushroom now. Do you still have mushroom? Do you still have the one on your leg? Like my tattoos? None of my tattoos are gone. They're all still there.
They went away.
Yeah, no, they faded.
Carved them off. He got sick of them.
Oh yeah, so I this was before I had the crayon tattoo.
They're all temporary. He just keeps reapplying them.
Yeah, no, I draw them on before stream. Yeah, no, I really did nail the mushroom. It's dead ass. That's exactly what the mushroom looks like. It's that bad and everything.
Accurate.
It's that patchy.
It's a good tattoo.
I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, so this was the 2 years ago one, and then I showed my mom. I was really proud of like the quote unquote improvement, which I think it was a good improvement for a 1 year progress for a self portrait. If I go and pull up my next year's one, where is that? I gotta fucking where did I keep that one?
I'm switching screens because I don't want you guys to see the dialogue.
That's valid.
I'm just on chatting. So if you're like, Emily, switch the screen.
Oh, there we go. This was my next year's one. This was my next portrait. This was last year's self-portrait for Art Fight. I was really proud of this one. Like that's a certain level of improvement. Of course, it's a change from full body to just like a bust image, whatever. But like it was arguably an improvement. And I was really into my lineless realism style at the time, so I was like really putting it in. You can see the detail in the eyes, the detail in that fucking bridge piercing that was too big and crooked, because that's just the reality of my bridge piercing. Like, just the amount of time I put into doing like the hair details and the layers, like I fucking like the shirt that I wore all the time. Like, I really fucking, I put my Zandussy into this bullshit, man. I tried so hard on this one. And like my tiny little fucking prepubescent stash that I've been growing, and my little beauty marks that I have, because I have little beauty marks on my face and I love them. Like, I loved this, right? And it's not perfect, but I tried, okay? What was the first thing my mom said? She's like, oh, that's really cool. What happened to your nose? And I was like, Teresa, shut the fuck up.
My mom asking if my painting I spent multiple months on was pregnant.
Like,
mother, please just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, why do mothers not know how to shut the fuck up sometimes?
I think it's genuine curiosity, but I'm like, mother, just say it's good and move on.
Right. Like,
please.
Like, I feel like there's maybe even a little bit of a difference if you're like a genuine curiosity of like, oh, is she pregnant? It's like, oh no, that's just like the way that the stomach is shaped.
She did genuinely mean it, but like, what happened to your nose?
Yeah, what happened to your nose? It's like,
it would have been different if like, oh, what happened to her stomach? Like that would have made me real upset.
Yeah, that's the fuck I did, and it absolutely ate my ass. I was so sad. Because I was like, I know I really fucking struggled with this. But that's because I chose the most fucking difficult, like, angle to draw my nose from. Like, how the fuck do you draw an up 3/4 angle of my nose? I don't fucking know. Yeah, exactly. Ollie's got a good point. I want to know what the fuck answer she wanted to hear. Like, by asking what...
I just wanted to be quirky, you know?
Right, like, what, if you look at my art and say, what happened to your nose? What answer do you want? Like, oh yeah, I decided to fucking... I decided to break it for the photo shoot. Like, excuse me? Like, what response do you want? What good answer could I give you, other than just, I tried my best?
It emulates the symbolism of you being imperfect and broken.
Right. Like, it's just, it's so frustrating. But I'm gonna try again this year. I'm always trying again, man. I'm just...
Teresa, keep it to yourself.
Keep it to your damn... She said another thing more recently that fucking was so much worse that I give up at this point.
The only thing my mom did that was annoying is that she would show people my art without my permission. I'd like, she would always go through my sketchbooks, but like she always did it like when I was in the room, and I was like, hey, I was too nice to say no. And I know she was just being supportive, but there was one time I have this thing that I made like a booklet out of some of my old Zodiac drawings, and I have it in my cupboard. And there wasn't a booklet at the time, they were like in order of like the order I was gonna put them in. And I came home one day and they were out of order, and I was like, oh god, you son of a bitch. No. I know what you did. I was so mad. I didn't say anything, but I was so upset. I was like, why not just ask? Just text me.
Just text me.
Just text me and ask, because I would have said yes.
I also found an older portrait. This is actually an in-between. This is in between the first one I showed you and the second one I showed you. This is also not good, admittedly. There's several things very wrong with this drawing, looking at it now, but I tried really hard on this one. The things I've always struggled the most with are noses and lips. Like, I struggled to make them look realistic.
I used to struggle with mouths when I was first developing my style.
Like,
that was the one thing I couldn't do very well. I mean, I make fun of my own noses a lot, but I got the most shit for my noses because they just looked incorrect.
Me drawing every hair.
But I like them.
I love them.
I would like, I'll get critique on it, and I'm like, I'm gonna try changing it, and then I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I know they're wrong. I like it.
Like, there is an improvement here. Like, you can't even argue. There's an improvement from this drawing to this drawing. Like, going from the half-shaved head to the green and black, green and whatever color my hair was. Like, clearly it's still me. I still draw very similarly when I was doing these style. But, like, I really fucking tried my best, man. I don't know. I can only do so much, y'all. Fucking art is hard, okay? Be nice to your goddamn artists. That shit's hard. But I was trying to go through like a phase where I was trying to learn realistic portraits, and so I was just taking pictures of people off of TikTok and drawing them and then sending it to them, like with their permission. So like I have like, oh, there's Emily again. I did like this one that I saw.
I have nothing even to look at. It's just me.
No, I actually clicked onto gameplay and just showed me watching your stream. But like I did like this dude, and I did like a TikTok or a art for that person. I did this person who was like chewing on a gummy worm. I thought she was really pretty, so I did like art for her, and she loved it. And it was super cool. And I did this person who was like a cosplayer, and I did art for her, and she loved it, and she thought it was super cool. And I did all these completely for free. I just wanted practice drawing portraits, so I'd message them and be like, do I have permission to draw you? And they would go, oh my god, yes. And then I would draw them and send it to them, and they would be happy, and that was the summary. Like,
if someone drew me, I would cry.
On it. You're next. Oh yeah, I have that image you sent me that one time I could do.
I was about to say, you've said that many times.
Bro, I'm on it. Let's go. Well, because I have to start doing it again because I don't do this style anymore. This was when I was doing like quote unquote realism portraits. Like obviously this isn't a super realistic portrait, but I mean this face is way better than the one I did for my own. Like the lips, the teeth, the fucking that ribbon I did so much detail on. The eyes look nice. The fucking like I really tried with this one. Like I was really proud with her. So like I was getting better. Fucking huge surprise. Doing art repetitively makes you better at it. A question mark, exclamation point. Like, don't know why that one blew my fucking mind.
Nah, that doesn't seem right.
No, you're right. That doesn't seem right, actually. You're right about that one.
Yeah, Xander, you just got quoted. You're next. That's a little bit ominous.
Well, yeah, you're fucking next.
You're next.
But like, oh my god, I don't know, man. It's just
there is stylistically, like there is like fundamentally incorrect things with styles. Like art styles are not an excuse to draw things just so wrong that it looks fucking weird. Always saying they don't really look incorrect to me. There's no more incorrect.
Oops.
They are no more incorrect than any other art style. I thought you said there is no incorrect in art styles. I read that wrong, but they are fundamentally a little wonky, but like they come across as fine. I know how to make them more realistic. I just don't wanna.
I'm just showing Dobby
my paintings. Like I make my faces significantly more realistic when I do paintings. Because they sell better. I say that as if I sold art before, but people do like realism more. Just in general, people like realism more than stylized stuff. Especially old people.
God.
They're just not real noses, they are drawings, that is okay. I'm not insecure. I've just gotten comments about how they look weird. It's like the one thing I've ever gotten comments on in my style where it's like, that's weird. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna change it though.
I'm just showing off my Dobby art on my stream.
Andrew, why are you zooming in on his abs? Oh, it's gone.
Look how nicely they're drawn. Can you tell?
I transferred over tabs and I just see his pectorals.
Can you tell that I started art in anime? Like, because
yes, I can.
This takes no effort for me. If I wanted, this could be my art style, and I just don't want it. But it's literally so easy for me because this is how I learned art. I learned art through hot anime boys and nothing else. Like, these hands, that is how I know how to draw hands, is this fucking anime style. Like, this, like, thick outline bullshit. And, like, the cross-hatch shading bullshit. Like, this is how I learned how to do art. All of my art was learned through anime. So, of course, when I do it, it's like, oh, yeah, no, that was easy. But that's not the style I want. I don't want to do anime art. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with anime. I'm pretty god-awful at drawing art that's anime style. I've tried. I don't do it well, and that's okay. Definitely not a bad style, though. It's not really appealing to me sometimes, but I do like it for what it is. I'm gonna head out, have a fun stream. I was just about to end anyways, so you're good.
You running away?
I'm not running away. I'm just ending my stream because I finished, and I don't want to draw the next thing on stream.
That's valid.
I can stay and call. I'll still be drawing, but
sweet. I could end stream, but I'm admittedly kind of just having a good time, just vibing, and so I really don't care too much. I want to work on making the other sword bloody. So I might end after that, but I want to focus on that one. Ollie's screeching because I showed her art.
It'd be really funny if I didn't raid you.
You're welcome to not if you want. If you ask somebody else.
That'd be really funny. Anyways, bye guys.
Bye, Emily's chat.
Well, stream's done. All right.
Man, that was a good stream, Emily. How you feeling?
Great stream.
Hang on. Actually, I'm gonna have to mute on Discord.
Hey,
I've got a raid. I've got to go thank.
shit.
Sorry. Oh man. Who raided? Creechara. Hey, thanks so much for the raid, man. Shout out to you. Thanks for trusting your community with mine. It's real important to me. So I hope you had a good stream. Go ahead and follow if you haven't already. All right. Sorry, I had to deafen real quick. It's impolite of me to thank raids on call.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
no. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. If you guys can. How was that streamer coming in? This seems like a pretty underground.
Drop my pronouns in chat so
Oh yeah,
know.
who is What is Creechara?
Don't say Kitara. Kitara.
Kitra? Is it Kitra? Kitra.
It's pronounced like this.
Yeah, no, hang on.
That. It's pronounced like that.
Dax. I'll call you Axe. Hey, thanks for coming in.
Don't call me Cratera. This is turning really quickly into Terraria. Really quickly.
Crytara. More like Catra.
Don't call me Catra. Stop spelling Catra like that, Jack. You've done that before. Stop spelling Catra like it's the word catch. Stop doing that.
Can I call you Kitty Meow?
If you call me Kitty one more time,
Kitty.
I have trauma with the word kitty.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna lose my fucking marbles. Oh.
Jack consistently spelling Catra like that.
Catra.
Will never know. He's done it before.
Jack, please.
Stop spelling it like that. You really should sound it out.
Catra, gotta catch 'em all.
Here. Casually caught a door, am I right? Fucking got him.
Let's go. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my marbles. Okay, what was I doing with the bloody version? Oh yeah, I'm gonna make it glow. All right. It's glow time, mother frickers.
Well, back to drawing.
Oh yeah, I have to show my fucking iPad. That'd be really useful.
Another reason why I ended is because I'm drawing like some of the last panels of my webtoon, and I wanted it to be a little bit more
oh yeah,
private than that.
Don't spoil all that for everyone.
You guys don't get to see it. I want to see the drawing panels. I don't care.
I do not care.
You'll see it. You'll see them in like 2 days.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do. Let's darken these. Yeah, that'll be good. There we go.
Spinnerella's I hate to break it to you. I don't think Spinnerella is the one that has a net babe. I think it might be the one that's called Natasa.
No, it's Spinnerella.
Come on, guys. She-Ra has such easy names. My favorite princess of the water area is Scorpia.
Yeah, that's what. Seahawk. Seahawk.
Don't say God. Ollie liking just the stupid men.
Seahawk is my favorite.
There's all of these female characters, and y'all like the men.
I can't help but love a himbo.
I like Bo and Seahawk. They are the only men. Hey, sorry, you also like Hordak. My bad.
Please.
My bad. Forgot about him. Sorry.
Leave me alone. Stop.
My bad.
I'm gonna.
Misogynistic ass.
No, I just like himbos.
Hordak is not a himbo.
Hordak, my favorite himbo.
He is quite possibly the opposite of a himbo.
My favorite himbo, Hordak.
He is quite possibly a villain.
No.
He is an antagonist.
He's my fucking.
He's not stupid. That's his whole shtick.
He's such a himbo. He's so good.
He's not a himbo.
What a great himbo. God, I'm gonna have to go over this like 7 times to have it look the way I want.
I agree with Ollie. Everyone uses the word himbo wrong.
Chronically Online take the word himbo Bailey has any meaning because nobody uses it accurately. Himbos are dumb and buff and respect women. So
they
true.
have to respect women or else they're not a himbo.
That's entirely true. Himbos and
Being dumb
bimbos
and
need more
buff
love.
does not make you a himbo.
I take a break to eat my cold noodles and cold meatballs and come back to Sander screaming, "No, please." Listen,
it's because I outed him as a misogynist.
yeah, listen, I like himbos. That's all.
Hordak.
He's
not a himbo.
But you can't tell me Seahawk isn't.
Seahawk is, yeah.
Seahawk's a himbo.
But you also like Bo and Hordak.
And Bo is also semi.
Bo is very intelligent, but he's stupid.
Yeah,
like,
there's different
smart-wise.
flavors of stupid. He's just his own special version.
Edward from Enchanted is a fantastic example of a himbo. What's the Hordak that likes Entrapta called again? I think it's... I forget the ship name. Yes, Hordak is the one that likes Entrapta. Yes, that is correct.
Hordak is not a himbo. I just like Hordak.
He's not.
There's no... I don't need an explanation for that one. I just like him. That's
You're
my
allowed to like-
excuse.
he's not the worst villain in the show, so I can tolerate him.
Yeah, no, I enjoy
fine.
Hordak. I enjoy his character. I think he's really well written. I think adding Entrapta to
he's
his
cool.
character made him feel human, and I think it was really fun.
He gets better as the seasons progress.
Yeah, I think he's well written and complicated, and that's what makes me like him.
Unfortunately, he's not really in season 5 a lot, but he's still there.
God, drawing this is gonna make me want to kill myself. Ugh, sorry. I'm going through the struggle that is doing this.
Seahawk's kind of buff. Bo is quite strong.
I would argue
The
like,
women in general are stronger than the men, though. That's kind of the whole shtick of the show.
yeah, and okay, people saying that not buff enough to be himbos. You don't need to be balloon shaped to be a himbo. You just have to be. It's not
just
buff.
strong.
It's strong.
Yeah,
There's a
they
difference
don't gotta
between
be bodybuilders.
Yeah, you don't have to be buff. You have to be strong because the point
Bo
is that
like an archer. He's very strong.
yeah, the point is that you think with your body and not your brain.
Yeah,
That's the whole concept.
It's jocks. It's jocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the boys that depend on their physical strength and not their mind. Because himbos are literally like the peak form of, you know, like when you like make characters and there's like the brain, the brawn, the heart. These boys are the brawn. No brain, all brawn.
When you word it like that, Seahawk is not a himbo because Seahawk is entirely charisma. And he's very physically able to do things, but he's pretty close.
Yeah.
His whole
Seahawk's
shtick
got
is that
Seahawk's a little
Marissa has
fit.
to save him from most situations, but that's still fun.
True. And I think that's almost what makes him more fun is because he's like a different flavor of like what you would take as a himbo because he feels like a himbo, but he's not because he's not the strong man protecting the women. He's a dumb buff idiot who cannot protect himself.
He's very stupid, but he loves his girlfriend a lot.
He loves her so much.
I'm not gonna spoil it because Xander hasn't seen season 5, but the last like big scene with Mermista and Seahawk is one of my favorite interactions because he's just so terrified but so in love. It's very cute.
Yeah, I am fully on the side of just if when people say like lower your expectations, my expectations are firmly on Seahawk. If I don't get me a man like Seahawk, I don't want it.
That's why I'm okay with calling Cypress a himbo. I usually don't really call him a himbo, but it's funny to describe him like that. Because he's not stupid and he's not really physically well fit, but he has the energy of one.
Yeah,
so.
there are people who are clearly not himbos, but they feel like emotionally they should be.
Yeah.
You know, that they should be permitted the label.
Overall, this isn't going into himbos, but my favorite genre of male characters is men that are really whipped.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck how the relationship is. If the man is absolutely... People are like, oh, I hate simps. I love them.
I love them. I love simps.
You know what I mean? Stop shaming men for being simps.
Stop.
That's all I like.
Stop shaming simp men because that's what I want.
I obviously, as long as it's not like fucking creepy. I loved whipped men. I want them to be absolutely head over heels in love. And the women can be mean. I don't give a fuck. They'll love them in their own way. Right. But the men have to be absolutely smitten.
Absolutely. And you know what? That is not only what I adore, it is absolutely what I am. I have been known to be so in romantic relationships, but also straight up at all of my friends. I want
them to be whipped.
I'm 100% whipped himbo. I'm not strong, but I am stupid and I am absolutely whipped.
You're pretty physically well fit. Our whole shtick is that you want to fight me.
Listen, just because I could doesn't mean I will. But I would
have
like to.
Almost engaged fights because you want to prove that you're stronger than me.
I think it would be fun. I don't want to prove that I'm stronger than you. I just think it would be fun.
I'm bad at losing.
I think it'd be an interesting time.
I would lose, and I don't want to do it because of that.
But like I'm Xander, you are very strong. You can pick me up. You can and will. Yeah. Okay. So I
picked up Ollie before.
Yeah, I was gonna say I stand by the fact that I will always. My goal is to always be strong enough that my friends don't have to be like concerned. Like I will absolutely be sure that I can pick up all of my friends. That like.
Okay, I draw the line at Kratra. Sorry, that was
Kratra.
I saw Kratcha and it made me recoil.
Oh god. Continue. But no, I stand by the fact that my goal in terms of physical fitness will always just be that my friends will never be concerned. So if your ass like gets drunk or passes out on the street or gets hurt and you fall over, I need to make sure that no matter who my friends are, I can pick you up and move you to wherever I need you to be, regardless of where we are. That's my only requirement for my own personal levels of fitness, is just that I can carry all of my friends no matter what circumstances, and that I could defend them if the situation ever came up. That's it. Anything else does not matter. Like I don't give a fuck how I look. I don't give a fuck like whatever fucking situations come up, other than just, can I pick up my friends? Good. All right, cool. My goals are complete for the day.
See, yours is a little bit less selfish than mine. I like being strong because then people look up to me.
And I also like that feeling, so no hate on that. I
like being better than other people.
No, I also like being better than other people. I like being looked up to as strong. Findo, hello. How are you feeling, my mate? Good to see you in. Honor to have you. Do you identify as a himbo?
Shout out to my himbos in the chat.
Shout out to all my himbos in chat, man. There is nothing there's only two things I want to be in this life, and they're contradictory. I want to be a himbo and I want to be a pretty boy. Can I be both? I'm not sure. But I'll sure gonna try. I want to be, you know what I want to be? I want to be a himbo in a dress.
Himbos can be pretty.
I want to be a himbo in a dress, Emily.
Can a masculine man not wear a dress, Sander?
He can, but I want to. He can, but I want to. Can I? That's what I want. I want to be a pretty boy himbo. I want to pick all my friends up and also wear pretty dresses.
That's a common trope.
I desire it.
Putting the strong men in
himbo in a dress. It's a masochist. Why are you calling me a masochist?
I thought you said a misandrist, and I was gonna be like so accurate to me.
Misogyny sit. Huh?
Misogynist. Yeah, Xander's a misogynist. I'm a misandrist.
Yeah, sure. You can be whatever you want, Xander. Thanks, Addison.
I hate men.
So true.
Xander hates women.
Yep, based. 100% accurate. Totally true.
I need to legally say, because people think I literally am. I'm not a misandrist. I just like making fun of men and prefer women. There's not a problem with that.
Yeah, this is just a running joke, y'all.
It's just not a problem. It's fine. Fuck men.
Fuck men. So based. Okay, I want to do like a airbrush.
I'm scared to talk to women. I am not attracted to women or men, so I can't help you there. I find it easier to talk to women, but I'm also not romantically attracted to women.
I'm scared to talk to women.
I just talk to them like they're my homie. I just say, oh my god, I love your hair or your dress, and they're always so fucking excited to get a compliment.
I used to, admittedly, and it's gotten progressively harder as I've gotten further along in transitioning, and I really hate it. I think it's one of my least favorite parts of transitioning is that I no longer feel like I am permitted to be within that space. Like, I don't feel like I can just approach girls and be like, oh my god, I love your dress, because it feels like the more I appear masculine, the more it feels predatory, and I feel like I'm gonna make them feel less safe in the space rather than like giving them a compliment.
Coming from apparently a straight passing girl, as I've been told, I don't know how true that is, but I don't give a fuck if men compliment me, as long as it's not like outright like, you look hot, baby girl. Like, as long as it's not fucking weird. Right. I have no problems with men complimenting me. I kind of like it. So don't ever feel scared to, like, especially since as much as you pass as a man, you are obviously a queer man.
Yeah, and I admittedly more often than not don't really pass as a man, or even like cis man, at least specifically. I really don't pass.
And so like even if you were a cis man, you don't look like a cis het conservative man.
True.
So it's not quite as weird as like some random guy from a fraternity being like, I love your skirt.
Yeah,
like it's not like
I'm still clearly a queer.
Fucking weird. Yeah. Even if a straight dude who was just nice complimented me, I'd be like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
but I also know that there are people who like would get nervous about that kind of stuff, and I don't ever want to make people nervous. Like I miss knowing like the comfort of knowing that like if I'm in a place that feels dangerous, that like women have women's backs kind of thing. Like if a girl runs up to me and is like, oh my god, it's been so long since I've seen you kind of thing, of like, I know that there's something else going on there because women look out for women kind of thing. And like, I'm not part of that space anymore. And it makes me feel weird. It's like mourning womanhood. I mourn a lot of my womanhood. It's a weird feeling. Honestly, it's strange because I don't mourn it, but I do. Hard way to I don't know how to phrase it correctly. I mourn pieces of it. I mourn the life I thought I would have. I don't know how I want to draw this blood, and it's definitely not like this, that's for sure. I do not know. Yeah, the idea of it. You mourn the community and the safety, for sure. I mourn being a part of women's spaces. I mourn like the wedding that I thought I would have someday, that I know it won't be like that. And I mourn like, you know, I probably will not be the person to like help my little sisters get ready for prom or help my little sisters into the wedding dresses. Like I won't be curling each other's hair in the dressing rooms anymore. Like I'm not meant to be in women only spaces anymore. And like that sucks. That's the part that sucks. Like I know like when my sisters are getting ready for their weddings, some tens or 20s of years in the future, like whatever it may be, like where all of the bridesmaids are going to be together. Like I won't be my sister's bridesmaid, you know? Like it's that kind of stuff that like that sucks. And it you know, that's the stuff that I mourn. That's the stuff that like makes me really sad to be trans, because I also don't belong in the men's room. I don't belong getting ready with the men. I don't want to. I want to be in the women's room, like helping them do each other's makeup and curling each other's hair and helping each other into dresses. Like that's what I grew up doing. I love that. I want to be a part of that. And I'm just not meant to anymore. That's what sucks. It's a weird feeling. I don't know. Yeah, and Ollie's saying, I wish it didn't have to be that way. Gender traditions like that are it's not like you're a different person. And that's true. I'm not a different person. But like, I don't know. It's still difficult. Because like, it is just, even though it's not meant to be that way and I am not a different person, it is still just the way that it is, like fundamentally for a lot of things. You know? Like, I don't know. It's a funky feeling. It's difficult to like put into like proper words. I don't know. This one. Clipping mask. But yeah, I don't know, gender and stuff like that. That I don't know where I was going with that conversation. I don't even know how we got on that conversation, admittedly.
Himbos.
How the fuck did we get here? From himbos. Oh well. I guess I'll end the conversation with, man, I love himbos. That's
man, I like.
That's what
I like himbos and thieves. That's
thieves. That's such a specific thing.
On my simplest, I've got like 4 of them.
That's honestly valid.
I got a lot.
Thieves are so cool. Entirely true.
One of them may in fact be an animal, but that's besides the point.
No, I'm with you. What do you feel? How do you feel about bimbos? I fucking love them. I love them.
Bimbos are great.
Bimbos are great.
Why would I like himbos and not bimbos?
Honestly, I have the feeling that anybody who's like, oh, I love himbos, but fuck bimbos, like that's
misogynist.
That's just actual misogyny.
Misogynist.
Like that's not even like the joke. That's just straight up misogyny.
I claim most things as misogynist, and that actually is, yeah.
Yeah.
If you like stupid men and don't like stupid women, why?
What's the definition of bimbos? Those are the gorgeous, stupid girls. That is
hot, stupid women.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It is just hot, stupid women.
Yeah, bimbos were the first.
Yeah.
Because himbo came from bimbo.
Exactly.
Because it was the him. Himbos.
Yeah. Bimbos are they're supposed to be like the dumb blondes. Like, you know,
bimbos was used as an insult and it got reclaimed.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely reclaimed insult, and it's so good. I fucking love bimbos. Are you gorgeous and stupid? I fucking love you. Live your best life, queen.
People don't want to see women capitalize on their appearance.
Right, dude. If you're making bank off your titties,
men love bimbos. So
yeah, if you're making bank off your titties, do it.
Yeah, if like, and a lot of bimbos like aren't stupid. They just pretend to be.
Yeah, because men get off on it.
Yeah, they like it.
They want to feel like they're the fucking breadwinners or whatever the fuck's wrong with them.
Yeah.
I forgot bimbos were hot. Yeah, you're a bimbo. You said it like
what do you think? Bimbos are ugly? Nah.
Yeah, the ugly stupid ones. No, you're
ugly stupid. Yeah, they'd be really adored if they were just ugly.
God,
and stupid.
I love the ugly stupid bimbos. No, like that's like their whole trait. Is they're just so sexy and just so impeccably stupid. They're the type of girls who can just like absolutely like control a man just by being like just existing.
Batting their eyelashes and showing their titties.
Yeah, push their boobies together a little bit and flip their hair, and men will do whatever they want.
And say they don't know how to. Hey, can you?
Hey,
my tires is flat. Can you put it together for me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix this. Could you just, you know, push his boobs together?
I put the gas in the wrong thing, and now my car won't run. Can you buy me a new one?
Yeah, can you help? Because men love feeling like they're important, and so
they want to feel useful.
Exactly. If you can make a man feel like he's useful, you've got him, dude. You've got him hook, line, and sinker, and he'll do anything for you. That's like the capitalism of bimbos.
Yeah.
Capitalize off of men wanting to be useful and then just take advantage of them.
Why a lot of dancers will say take on a bimbo persona.
Yeah.
Because they love it.
They abso-fucking-lutely love it.
I do like feeling useful.
See? Some people just really like it. I also like feeling useful.
I do too, but in a different way.
Nah, man, I love me a bimbo. Don't know how to do something? I've got it. Don't worry. I like feeling useless. Do the work for me. See, Ollie, I've got you so covered.
Ollie, you're so based for that take. We love a bimbo.
We stand a bimbo, and you know what? I will be your himbo, and I will come and be stupid and do all of your things for you. If you bat your pretty eyelashes, I'm under your control. All yours. Like, it is so simple. The bimbo to your himbo. Let's go. Be the bimbo. Instead of like asking somebody to the prom, be like, will you be the bimbo to my himbo? Put that on a fucking promposal sign right there. This blood is very ugly, and I don't like the way that I've done it. So I'm going to keep adjusting it. Got Santa to pick me up from Wendy's by being sexy and stupid. Dude, it's so true. I hate it. It's true.
Always said, I miss the bus. Can you come get me?
That's legitimately.
Like, I'm on my way.
Bitch, Bimbo was daydreaming on the bus and missed her stop and just messaged him, was like, I need someone to pick me up. I'm on the way.
I need a ride. Xander's like, where's your location?
Send me your location. I'm on the way. Like, it's just so funny. It's so easy. I'm such a manic pixie dream girl. I said, I am poor and helpless and stupid. Please, 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 please.
Xander, I'm cold at the Wendy's.
No, yeah, literally, I was like, yeah, I'm 20 minutes away, and she's like, get in the car then, and I was like, I'm already on my way, like, stop.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me, because if I was like, hey, I missed the bus, you guys would be like, man, that fucking sucks, doesn't it?
You telling me I wouldn't?
I don't have the persona.
Are you telling me you think I wouldn't come pick you up if you missed the bus?
I missed the bus, Xander. Come drive 6 hours to
I'm
come
on
take
the
me home.
fucking way.
Xander, I don't want to walk 5 minutes.
Please. There is one thing in this world.
I'd rather wait at the bus stop for 5 hours.
There is one thing in this world I like,
legs.
and it's feeling useful.
That's why I was a chauffeur in high school.
I will do anything to feel useful, and if that means driving 7 hours to pick up a friend, I am already on my way. I've already left my house. Like, I'll be there. Just you wait.
I like financially helping people. I just don't have the money to do it right now.
I am so bad with that. I struggle so bad with stopping myself.
I get people money a lot, or I'll be like, I got you. I'll pay for dinner. It's like, I don't have the money to do that.
I know, but it feels so good to be needed.
But I can't use my words, so I will use my wallet.
Right. Like, it's just.
I won't tell you that I love you, but I will in fact pay for your meal.
But that's actually that's a love language. That's the love language of gift giving.
It's a love language of trauma.
It's also just a love language of gift giving. I do have some friends who I learned, like, they don't apologize or like communicate affection through being like, oh, I love you, or oh, like, I'm so sorry for what I did. They will attempt to apologize or communicate through, hey, I got you this thing you were like you had wanted, because it's showing like I was listening, like, and I got you this thing you like, you know, that kind of thing. A little different, but like a similar energy. And honestly, it is a valid love language, but it's also an important one to remember that, like, that doesn't, if you can't use a love language of something like gift giving to like replace an apology, you know? Like, if you fucked up, I still need you to apologize, because my love language isn't gift giving. So giving me a gift will not make me forgive you, because I don't receive that as love. It's a nuanced conversation. I do not like gift giving or gift getting. Me neither. I do not like it.
I mean, I like getting shit, but like,
I admittedly don't. Like,
I love getting shit. I love things.
I do like things, and so like I will communicate, like, if I really want something, or like if like somebody gets me something, I'll be really excited about it. But I do not like gift giving as a love language, because it feels like I'm being bought, and that like I'm gonna owe you, and I have like such a fear of owing someone. Like, that's where
I have that too. I just like things, and like I try and buy people things when I can. And like, if people don't give me things back, I don't give a fuck. It's nice to get shit.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit materialistic.
See, and I would much rather like have something that like you made me, or like something like that, or like,
I mean, I like that shit too. I'm not saying like I want jewelry. Like,
yeah. But I also, like, admittedly, if you're trying to like show that like you love me or you care for me, or like, you know, whatever, I will get way more love and affection. Like, I will feel way more love and affection if you decide to like spend the day with me, or if you just like come and hang out in my bedroom for a little bit, or come and just like watch the show that I'm watching with me, or play a game with me. Like, that means so much more to me than giving me like anything. Like, my main love languages are like quality time and physical touch. Those are my things. And quality time means more to me.
I just want people to tell me I'm good at things.
Words of affirmation.
That's all I want, is to be good at things.
Words of affirmation is a really important one. I want to be seen and heard. Yeah, that's a really important one, Ollie. Being like, wanting to be seen and heard is yeah.
It's not even a love language. I just want people to like my shit. And if they don't, I'm like, well, darn.
Well, darn.
Not even a love language. It's just, I like attention. It's not even for love. I just like it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's.
I want it from random ass people.
Yeah, that's like almost like outside of a love language.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's not a love language. I just like people to compliment me.
But that is a way that you do feel loved. Like, you do feel loved through receiving attention.
not love. It's a necessity because I'm mentally ill.
I'd like to clarify quickly that love is a necessity. That is a physical necessity.
I don't know what you're. I don't know what you're talking about.
Chatters, I'm specifying this out to all of you as well, and Emily, this is directly. I'm adding you. I am subtweeting you. I'm adding you right now.
I'm drinking a Coke. I can't hear you.
Love is a physical requirement to live. It is literally a physical requirement. You have to feel loved to physically exist. It is one of the base layers of fucking Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you do not feel loved, you cannot progress as a human being. It's physically true. Here's a shout out to all my fucking chatters out there who like are struggling in life and all that shit. And you're like, man, I feel like I have so many trauma responses, but like I didn't have a bad childhood, and I'm not like, you know, I can't think of any traumatic event that happened to me. Trauma can be the lack of something. It doesn't have to mean your parents beat you. If your parents didn't show you physical affection or emotional support, if when you were crying, you had to go cry it out yourself, if when you were depressed, you had to go through the work of trying to help yourself, and your parents didn't pick you up, didn't hold you, didn't tell you that you were smart, didn't tell you that you were loved, didn't give you physical love and affection, that causes trauma. That is a traumatic event. It is literally required to survive as a human being. Motherfuckers out there really thinking that love is something you can just have, and if you don't, well, that's fine. That's just not how that works, brosifs. You literally physically cannot live without it. You cannot. Anyways. End of me screaming about that.
It's technically level 3 of the hierarchy.
Correct.
Pyramid. So
you cannot move forward throughout that pyramid and get to any of the higher levels without having that there. You need your physical health, you need safety, and then you need love. Those are the three. And I don't remember what the fourth one is, and then the top one is self-actualization.
It is esteem.
Oh, yeah. But so, you cannot have self-esteem or any pride in yourself if you do not have love from an outside source. Like, that's a physical, that is a blockage. People are like, man, I'll fucking, you know, I'll be fine if I just get some confidence in myself and that I won't need the attention from others. You're missing a piece of the pyramid, bro. Like, you can try to get up there. Maybe sometimes you will. But if you don't have those foundations, your ass is always going to fall back down to the layer below because you cannot survive one without the other. And you can't ever reach self-actualization, which is like true belief and understanding of yourself as a human and your place in the universe, if you have not built up the pyramid from the bottom up. Therapist needs me to, yes, you do need to find validation from within, but that's the next level of the pyramid. You cannot reach the next level, which is self-validation and self-esteem and belief within yourself, until you have been shown on a lower level that you are capable of receiving love at some level. It doesn't have to be your parents. It doesn't have to be your friends. Get it from where you need it kind of thing. But you have to have true love to have, like, to prove that your body can receive love. It's a piece of developing the brain. You were traumatized, brosif. Sorry, listen, I don't know where brosif comes from in my language. It's just my brain just says it, okay? Deal with it. Let me talk about serious topics and then immediately follow it up with brosif. Don't judge me. Man, anyways, hope you all feel great and called out or whatever the fuck. I really just do be like this sometimes. I don't shut up a lot. There you go. So I'll never be able to be happy with myself unless I convince other people to like me. Got it. No, that's not how that works. It's not about convincing other people to like you. It's about accepting love from other people. It is both a necessity to be received and also a necessity for you to accept it. You have to prove yourself as You need to prove to yourself that you're capable of accepting love. That's not an easy thing to do, my man. It takes time and practice, especially when you didn't receive it as a kid. Sorry, I don't know how we always end up on therapy talk here in fucking the Almost Xander streams. This seems to be an every time I talk team. I'm just out here just upsetting everyone. This is my favorite activity, apparently. Industrial. There we go. But I hope you're all feeling okay. Sorry for going in a direction. I don't know where I ended up over there, but oops. How do you guys like the bloody sword? No joke, but I learned so much from the Zan rants. Yeah. I like referring to myself as my Lucifer season 4 arc, as in I hate myself and deserve nothing. Yeah, and it's a hard place to exist. Getting out of the concept of I do not deserve love is a very hard place to get out of, because it was taught through your childhood. It's taught through life. If you are not given love, the thing that you learn is that you are not worthy of it, or you must do something to earn it. We're back at the Enneagram types, my man. We've looped all the way back around to the fucking the Enneagram types, of just the concept of, like, you know, you don't have to earn it, but you like, through childhood and through experiences and through whatever life you've managed to live has taught you what you have to do to receive love, whether that means being perfect at everything, or always pleasing other people, or just being like, you know, closed off and harsh with the world, or fucking fixing everything for other people. Like, whatever it is that you were taught that's how you have to receive love is going to be the thing you have to work through to teach yourself that you don't need to do those things. You are worthy of love regardless. Like, that's like the whole point of it. That's the point of, like, healing from Enneagrams. And it's the untraumatized people who were taught as children that they are worthy of love in every situation, that, like, received that undying love or whatever, that don't have Enneagram trauma, that just, you know, somehow got out of it fucking untraumatized. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna fucking get off of this topic. I think I'm done with my blade. I don't know how the fuck we got here. I've been talking for too long. Anyways, here's the bloody blade, and then here's the flower blade. What do y'all think? It's interesting. I don't know. I'm interested with my little blade. It's not bad. It's two very, very different vibes. Night, Alex. Have a great night. Chat, which ones do you like better? Do you like the bloody glowing blade, or do you like the vines blade? Emily, do you have a like?
I like them both. I probably prefer the one with the vines, just because I prefer the aesthetic, but I think they're both nice.
I think I do too. I thought I was going to like the blood one more than the vine one, and I do like it. I very much like it because it feels more like Kratos, but there's just something about, like, the like symbolism, I guess, of, like, the forget-me-not vines more than the other one. I enjoy the glow of the bloody blade, but I really like the forget-me-nots based. Yeah, I like the glow because that is what it does in the game, is it glows like that, because this is a flame object. So I really do like the glow, but there's something about, like, the peace that comes with, like, forget-me-nots wrapped around the blades of chaos that just feel human. So yeah, I'm gonna sell this as a two-sided charm. This is officially my first finished piece of art that will be sold at the next anime convention that I apply to and get accepted into. This is my first finished piece, and also my first piece of, like, really hard worked, like, fucking fan art that isn't Dream SMP in a very, very long time. I know I've done some, but this feels like a this feels like an artist rebirth. This feels like proof that I can do things that A, isn't Dream SMP, and B, isn't people. I can draw things that isn't people, and that blows my mind. Like, I've been drawing nothing but just humans and or humanoids for years. I don't draw weapons. I don't draw landscapes, like, because I figured I don't know how. But also, apparently, if it's still an interest of mine, I'm physically capable of it. And wouldn't that just blow your little noggin? Anyways, total tracked time on the vine and flower blades is 11.5 hours because I hate myself. And the bloody blades is 9 hours and 3 minutes. So, anyways, that's the first one done. I'm gonna do another God of War one. I'm gonna do the axe that he has, but I'll work on that another time. We can take a break from weapons. So then the question will be, dear chatters of mine, for the next time that I do art, or for the next time I get started, what do we do? What fandom would we like to address next? Death says Arcane. We've got to vote for Arcane. Emily, do you have a preference of what art direction we go in?
Nah.
Nah, okay. For the list, for anybody who can't read my handwriting, we have Avatar: The Last Airbender, Arcane, Owl House, Blue Exorcist, Stanley Parable, The Seven Deadly Sins, Soul Eater, Fruits Basket, Fairy Tale, Ouran High School Host Club, and She-Ra. Those are the current ones. I have no idea how the fuck to do Stanley Parable art, but I'm considering trying just doing a bucket, like dead ass. So
I almost like don't like when people do fan art of things I like. I don't know why, but like obviously like I'd like to see you do the fandoms that I like. I'm just always weird with it.
No, I get you, because it's a little bit of like, I don't know if this is for you, but at least for me, it's a little bit of like, that's my thing kind of thing.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I get that. It's always like when people are trying to do fan art of like the things that I enjoy, it's always like, well, that's my thing, but it's cool.
I'm gonna do She-Ra fan art. It's like, that's my fandom? It's like, no, the fuck it's not. I'm forcing you to watch it.
Right.
What do I mean?
Yeah.
I really like Arcane. I was like, I liked it first.
No, I get that though. I get it. It's such a weird feeling, but I know exactly.
I liked Arcane first. I made you watch it. It's like, that's not how that works, Emily.
Right. No, I'm 700% with you, because I still absolutely do that. I'm even, as ridiculous as it is with the really big fandoms, like I get nervous getting other people into like Dream SMP, because I'm like, I don't want you invested in it, because this is my thing and I'm the person who talks about this, so don't talk about it.
I almost wish you didn't get as invested in Arcane as you did, even though like obviously you did. I knew you'd like the show, but I was like, fuck.
No, I get it. It's one of those like irrational like emotions that like doesn't really have like a you know, it doesn't make sense, and you don't agree with it, but at the same time you still feel it anyways. Like, I'm still pissy about it. It's like, no, fucking step off of, like, that's my shit. Me, if anybody says they know anything about ballet, like, no, shut up, that's my thing. Fuck you. Like, I'm going to gatekeep. It's gatekeeping time. I'm gonna gaslight gatekeep girl boss my way into this being my only thing.
Y'all can like Owl House all you want. I'm gatekeeping She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. That one's mine. You guys can have Owl House and Gravity Falls. I don't care.
People are really interested in doing Stanley Parable, but I think I'm going to wait on doing another inanimate object, because I think I am going to do the bucket for that one.
I simply don't know how that could be fan art, but
I'm going to do the bucket. I'm going to do Stanley Parable bucket art.
That's fair.
Because I think the bucket's fun. I'm afraid to do Arcane. That's one of the ones I'm worried about, because you'd just be doing Soko, I'm assuming. I might do Soko. I want to do Soko. I might also do Vi, just because I want to push myself, and Vi's pretty.
You tell me you don't draw muscular women a lot, Xander? Man, that really fits with your art style.
Do not draw muscular women, just ever.
What do you mean, Xander? You don't draw those?
But
to be fair, I haven't drawn Vi. I also haven't drawn anyone besides Jinx, so
yeah, and I could draw Jinx. I could draw Jinx, but everybody and their sister has already drawn Jinx, and I just don't care to add to the pile.
I want to draw my favorite character from the fandoms that I'm in that are like animated stuff, and I'm drawing Jinx again. I don't care.
I love your Jinx art.
I hate my Jinx art that I did.
I love it.
I hate it. It looks bad. But like I like Vi. I don't want to draw Vi.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna draw the people I want to draw, and that does mean I'm gonna draw Soko. I'm gonna draw Victor. Fucking love Victor.
I'm the only person in the Arcane fan who doesn't understand the Victor hype.
I love my men sickly and dying.
He's cool.
I love my men sickly. Anyways, but like, the reason I'm scared about doing arcane art is because arcane is known for its style. Like, it's not just I can draw this character in my style and it, like, obviously it'll be recognizable, but arcane is known for its style. Like, that's like one of its like main features. So like,
well, luckily for you, it's also based on League of Legends.
well, that doesn't help at all.
People have drawn it in totally different styles before.
I know, but yeah, the cosplays are so good. But yeah, I have no idea what my plan is as of right now. Maybe I'll think about doing arcane art. I also don't know what I'll do for arcane. Do I do like a print? Do I do just like a sticker or a button or a charm, or I don't fucking know yet. Maybe I'll do like a mini print.
Who the fuck would you draw for She-Ra?
Probably Catra.
You would draw Catra.
Probably. I really like Catra.
I didn't know if you'd be like, I want to draw Hordak.
I'm doing Hordak art. I'm gonna do sexy
men.
Hordak.
You are drawing only men.
I'm gonna do sexy Hordak art.
Xander somehow watches all of these shows and he only draws the villainous men.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. That's gonna be the selling point of my art.
Is that your theme?
That's gonna be my.
You from drawing a woman. How did I do that?
My booth theme is gonna be villain men.
You should draw Dora. You should draw Mel. You should draw.
I'm gonna do just a whole series on villain men.
Victor.
Silco.
Hordak.
Victor.
Zuko. I'm not drawing anyone else.
Zuko. Yeah, no, I'm only drawing questionable men.
You'd have to draw fucking Philip from Owl House then. Have fun with that. Fun with him.
Like, it's just oh god. Like, I'm just going to choose the worst character from every one of these shows and just draw them.
People love those characters. They are so popular.
Yep. Can you draw Saul? I'm on it, dude. Just you wait. I've got you covered.
Draw Walter White for me.
I've got it. Don't you even fret. I've got it covered. It's fucking. He is evil. A real bad. Yeah, he's just the baddest of boys. Anyways, I'm fucking exhausted, and if I talk anymore, I'll die, and I have work tomorrow. So I'm gonna fucking set up a raid, you idiots. We're gonna go fucking raid Mizo. I say his name wrong every single time. Hang on. I have to move my fucking thing over here. Okay. Anyways, I'm loading up the raid. You got fucking 10 seconds or whatever. Thanks for being in. I'm gonna fucking do my best today, and I'll see you guys not tomorrow or Wednesday, but I'll see you on Thursday because I work all week. So be good in that shit, okay? All right. Love y'all. Good night. Woo! Off they go.